This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show. Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1 El Paso. A town square media station.
Just tell you what day of the week it is.
My favorite day of the week is Friday.
What day is today? Friday. You know what that means?
I want to be a DJ. You do?
Woo!
Let's go to work.
But boss, it's Friday.
Of course. It's freaking Friday. It is Friday. Everybody got big plans for the weekend? A fantastic show.
Let's get to it.
Showtime.
And we're back in 3, 2...
Good morning, everyone.
It's morning again. It's morning again. It's morning again. Morning again.
Is it morning already? Wake yourself up. Wake up.
I'm awake.
Morning's over.
I'm awake.
You know what time it is?
It's showtime.
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas.
Ow!
It's time for the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this Friday morning. That's right. You heard it correctly. It's Friday. The weekend is just set to start. Thanks for being along with us. We've got a lot to get to today, including a true crime report later. We'll have that on the way for you. We're gonna let you know what the ghost song of the day is. We're giving away an autographed ghost guitar at the end of the month. If you want to be a daily qualifier, listen every Monday through Friday during the month of August for the ghost song of the day. And at the end of the month, all of our daily winners are going to go into a drawing for the autographed Phantom and Guitar by Hagstrom, autographed by Tobias Forge of Ghost. And during the morning show, we will tell you what the ghost song of the day is. By the way, daily winners, you don't go empty-handed. We've got the new Ghost soundtrack, the movie soundtrack right here, right now. And that is our daily prize for the ghost song of the day. Good morning, Joanna Barba.
Good morning, Buzz. Welcome back.
Thank you. So I had a viral infection, and it gave me what looked like chicken pox.
Right.
They weren't chicken pox, and I was really glad after hearing a few horror stories that they weren't shingles. I'm going to go get that shingles vaccine, man.
Oh, yeah, you should get that vaccine.
I feel like I dodged a bullet with this one.
I'm so happy they're not shingles for you.
Right.
I hear they are terrible.
Yeah.
Every report I've heard. Hello, Alberto.
Hello, Buzz. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you, Alberto.
Terry Bradshaw tells me that the shingles are very bad.
Oh, that's right. Terry Bradshaw must have had some shingles.
Yeah, he had a commercial about it.
Let's get a look at the golfers' forecast for this weekend. It's brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. Did you get rain yesterday?
Did, yes.
Yeah,
lots of rain.
A lot of rain. Dumped pretty good on some parts of town, I understand.
Yeah.
So be careful driving, even if the roads are no longer wet. There's going to be a bunch of rocks that ran off into the street, I bet you. Here's the golfers' forecast. Today, sunny, 103 is going to be the high temperature. I'll go ahead and let you know we are not expecting any more rain for the weekend. It looks, clear ahead, at least for the next 3 days. But those high temperatures are going to be in triple digits each day, 104 on Saturday, and a little over 100 on Sunday all next week. Looks like triple-digit heat as well. There is a heat advisory in effect for the greater El Paso area. And the golfers' forecast is brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Set up your tee times at Painted Dunes or call the Pro Shop. Their number is 915-821-2122 for Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. We've got a lot coming up on the show in about an hour. Joanna Barba is going to have the Hollywood Cheese-May, our look at entertainment news. Joanna, what's coming up in the Cheese-May today?
Perhaps the biggest news from yesterday is that multiple arrests have been made in the death of Matthew Perry. That includes 2 doctors, the actor's personal assistant, and 2 others, including one that they call the Ketamine Queen.
The Ketamine Queen has been caught up into the Matthew Perry investigation.
Yep.
Do you mind if I just mention a couple of things I read in the story
Go for
on
it.
this? So the doctors were these 2 doctors that were writing him prescriptions for ketamine. Mm-hmm. They taught his personal assistant how to inject it.
Yes.
And one of the doctors said to the other, let's see how much this moron is willing to pay. Talking about Matthew Perry.
Yep.
So I think that's 5 arrests total so far in the death of Friends star Matthew Perry. So
yes.
We'll have that coming up here in just about an hour. I had a story that a judge has ruled. Let me find it here real quick. I do have the paper out today.
Sweet.
The environmental services franchise fee that they charge, which is about a $6 charge on your garbage collection bill, has been ruled unconstitutional.
Oh, interesting.
That's according to El Paso District Court Judge Patrick Garcia. The $6 monthly franchise fee shows up in your water bill.
Right.
Which was at the center of a lawsuit brought by former state representative Joe Pickett. In the lawsuit, Pickett alleged the city was just hiding tax increases in water bills using a fee that purportedly is to pay for damages to streets caused by the city's sanitation trucks. Pickett said it took 4 years to get to this point, adding that he knew something was wrong when he started reaching out to the city to get answers about the fee. When they wouldn't answer me, I knew they were hiding something. And the judge, Patrick Garcia in this case, agreed. Based on the evidence presented, the franchise fee is unconstitutional and should be discontinued.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, if it's a fee for your trash pickup and they hide it in a water bill, that seems a little sus.
Right. Why is it in the water bill?
Right. We've got a lot to talk about today. Latest battleground polls are out, and Kamala Harris, since announcing that she was running for president, has caught or shortened or closed the gap on Trump in many of the key battleground states, including Arizona, where Harris now leads Trump 46 to 42% in that poll. Back in May, when Trump was still running against Biden, he had a 5 percentage point lead in the state of Arizona. Numbers are in for other states. Georgia, they're tied. Michigan, very narrow margin, but 46 to 44%. Harris leads Trump. Trump led Biden by 3 percentage points. So, you know, you've heard maybe that Trump is pissed off and he's mad that they switched the candidates out, and he's taken to calling it a coup. Well, there's a reason, because this has really jumbled the playing pieces, so to speak. Nico, I guess, is going to come in later today.
Perhaps.
At some point. We'll find out about that. We've got Today in Sound clips on the way. Yesterday, speaking, President Biden, through his endorsement, of course, to Kamala Harris. And they also talked about Medicare drug costs at a 10-year low level. So we'll hear him talk about that just a little bit. A lady says that she went to catch her flight on American Airlines, and at the terminal, at the check-in, they told her, "You've been banned."
Oh my God! Just like that?
Yeah, like a lifetime ban from American Airlines.
No.
What did she do?
They told her, she says she found out that on a previous flight, she had gotten drunk and gone in the bathroom with a guy that she met to get it on.
Oh,
join the Mile High Club.
Okay, I see why they would tell her you're banned.
Except, she says, I'm 24 and I'm totally a lesbian, so there's no way I was going into a bathroom with a dude.
Oh my God.
They got her ID wrong. Now she's banned for life?
I don't know if it was a lifetime ban or, a 1-year ban or whatever it was, but she's saying, now I'm 100% lesbian, so there's no way this was going on. Today in Sound Clips on the way. We'll hear more about that story and many, many others coming up on Today in Sound Clips this morning.
The Daily Calendar. Hey, it's August 16th. We're looking at National Rum Day. Kinda related, it's also Hawaiian Shirt Day. So wear one. Maybe you'll get laid. The necklace of flowers. Today is Work From Home for Wellness Day.
Sounds good to me.
And it's National Tell a Joke Day. Oh, that reminds me. A lobster walked into a bar and the bartender said, "We don't serve food." Anyway, that is your daily calendar.
Chuck here, and I am ready to throw the horns up on Loudwire Nights tonight at 11 when the pit blasts one solid hour of disturbing the peace metal on 95.5 KLA.
Testing from El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, we're going to get to Today in Sound Clips coming up in just a moment. Nico, there you go. There was the door. Nico just left.
Okay.
Nico has left the building.
What's it?
I think he was looking for his headphones, right?
All right.
Let me give you a preview. We're going to get into Today in Sound Clips. What?
They're fighting over here.
We're fighting over
The
headphones.
girlies are fighting.
Loudwire night, 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday on KLAQ. Happy Creed night.
Nice.
Today,
Creed night.
That's right. The band Creed releases their very special 25th anniversary reissue of Human Clay. It has been 25 years since that came out. And our special guest, the one and only
Scott Stapp,
Mark Tremonti, the guitarist, is going to help us celebrate. We're going to be playing a lot of Creed tonight on the show.
Hell
so
yeah.
Consider that
With arms wide open. Can you take me home?
So you're going to be hearing a lot of Creed.
I'm Scott Stapp.
In the 8 o'clock hour, the Pearl Jam code word. We're still registering for that flyaway trip to see Pearl Jam, and you could be a winner. Listen for the code word in the 8 o'clock hour. Mission Metallica. We're going to play 3 Metallica songs in a row at 10 o'clock. That's Mission Metallica for you. It's going to include Master Puppet.
That's Metallica.
Yes, it is. Good catch there. And at 11 o'clock, The Pit. It's 1 hour of metal featuring highlights from Ice Nine Kills, Mudvayne, Seven Dust, Trivium, and many others. Check out Loudwire Nights, tonight at 7 on 95.5 KLAQ. Nico, do you have any open mics? You got your regular Friday open mic going on?
I do, yeah. And I will be hosting tonight. It's actually going to be a contest for the funniest in El Paso. We're looking for the funniest in El Paso for this month. So it's going to be a monthly comedy contest. It's free to join. You can win $100 for winning based on audience vote, and some other prizes like you get a parking spot at the open mic.
You get a parking spot?
Well, if it's open, you can park where you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great prize.
You get a little bit of a tab.
You get a parking. Wait a minute. Is the $100 a cash prize or bar tab?
That's a good question. No, it's cash. It's cash. I'm just kidding.
Sure?
It's cash. Yeah, it's cash.
And now, Today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. Let's begin.
Do you have dots on you still?
I don't know. You want to take a look and tell me?
Yeah, sure.
Touch them.
Don't touch them.
Oh, you do?
They're still there?
They're still there, yeah. You have dots all over your belly.
We should, you know what we should do is you should take a picture and then we'll post it online and people can connect the dots and who comes up with the most creative drawing based on my, and it's not shingles, by the way. I was listening to a bunch of phone calls. It's not, if it was shingles, apparently I'd be in a lot of pain.
Oh, we had everything from shingles to scarlet fever.
Mm-hmm. Scarlet fever?
Yeah, that was a big one that came up.
Scarlet fever.
And their
bed bugs.
Oh yeah, somebody said maybe you had bed bugs.
Got a bout of the bed bugs.
No.
From LA, maybe.
It is so on my doctor's report, it says 2 unspecified viral infections.
Oh God!
And then it didn't go any. It didn't go into any more detail than that. And
herpes simplex 1 and herpes simplex 2.
And then
it can't
3.
be herpes if it's all over, right?
I got herpes simplex 10, and you just need to let Mr. Maitland before things start falling off to me. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Beverly Hills Cop, where Axel Foley goes into the gay character just so he could get in and talk to Victor Maitland.
That's hilarious. I thought you were doing Michael Jackson.
In their first joint press appearance, or the first joint appearance since President Biden withdrew or was withdrawn from the presidential race. Vice President Kamala Harris said there was a lot of love in the room in Maryland for Biden.
And I think it's for many, many reasons, including few leaders in our nation have done more on so many issues, including to expand access to affordable health care than Joe Biden.
All right, this joint appearance took place in Maryland, so not a long way to travel. His turn on the microphone, President Joe Biden said that Kamala Harris is going to make a great president.
I have an incredible partner. The progress we've made, she's going to make one hell of a president.
Biden talked about Project 2025. Do most people know what Project 2025 is or what it purports to be?
Yes.
Do you think most people know what it is? It's kind of a plan to just roll back a bunch of rights for people.
Well, you probably have to contextualize it for most people.
A conservative think tank called the Heritage Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And the architects of this thing are loaded with people who worked in the first Trump administration. They've finally got a lobbyist telling somebody that Trump is only pretending not to know what 2025 is. They got a recording of that. Well, here's Biden talking about the Democrats' version of Project 2025.
They want to repeal Medicare's power to negotiate drug prices. Let Big Pharma back to charge them whatever they want. Let me tell you what our Project 2025 is. Beat the hell out of them.
That's awesome.
So there's a kind of excitement over a Joe Biden appearance that didn't really exist a couple of months ago when he was still actively campaigning for president. During that event in Maryland yesterday, Vice President Harris helped announce a new deal on 10 drugs that were negotiated by Medicare and also explained why it was possible.
Medicare represents more than 65 million people. And so Medicare has collective bargaining power. And now Medicare can use that power to go toe-to-toe with Big Pharma and negotiate lower drug prices.
All right. Staying on the topic of health care, President Biden said it's not just about health care, it's also about dignity.
You know, it isn't just about health care. It's about your dignity. No, it's about your dignity. It's about peace of mind. It's about security. It's about taking care of your family. It's about giving folks just a little bit more breathing room.
And in the state of Alabama, that state has made voter registration inactive for thousands of potential non-citizens. Over 3,000 registered voters in Alabama are having their registration changed to inactive status since they've been identified by the federal government as non-citizens. Secretary of State in Alabama, Wes Allen, announced a total of 3,251 people will receive letters notifying them of the change to their voting status and telling them they'll have to provide proof of citizenship at their local county registrar's office to vote in November. The list was provided to the Alabama Secretary of State by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And here's Secretary of State in Alabama, Wes Allen.
Election integrity is a top priority, and only United States citizens should be voting in our elections.
All right. So if you've ever been into a coffee shop, you see a lot of people drinking coffee, but you see a lot of people on their laptop or their devices.
Sure.
Using the Wi-Fi. Right. That's sure. That's part of why some people go to a coffee shop is to use the Wi-Fi. Well, one coffee shop in New York is in the news because they've started charging customers $10 a day to use their Wi-Fi. Residents are complaining. Here's one that went to TikTok to air their grievance.
If you thought living in New York City was expensive, now we must pay to take our laptops out at coffee shops, and that's not free anymore. That's not a free right in our community. This place is charging $10 a day, $30 a month, or $300 a year for you to be able to use your laptop that you pay for and sit there in their cafe to use their Wi-Fi.
Well, I know that in restaurants, especially in New York City, they don't want you dawdling. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You can't sit there and take up a table for the whole day. They want to get you in and out, right?
Oh, yeah, right. They'll start clearing that table while you got the fork going to your mouth.
Yeah.
They'll start clearing
I
off the
hate
table.
that.
That's just the way it is. Well, here's an interesting story. A wedding ring lost in 1963 just turned up 61 years later. But the guy who lost it has passed on already. But his wife's still alive.
Oh.
A guy in Kentucky named Glenn Gregory lost his wedding ring right after he got married to his wife, Barbara, and he lost it near a tree on his farm. Sadly, Mr. Gregory passed away. And while workers were digging a trench for his headstone, guess what they found?
What?
The ring.
No.
They found the ring while they were digging
God.
a trench for his headstone.
How did it get there?
Well, we're going to hear from Jonathan Stacy, who's one of the men who found the ring. Also, Glenn's wife, Barbara, talking about how she's going to hold on to it.
Mr. Gregory's grave was right here where the straw is. The odds are 1,000,001 to find it. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. It was just, God works in mysterious ways.
And it's in here. I kept it. I didn't send it with him. I thought maybe he might lose it on his way to heaven. I didn't know.
That was the replacement wedding band that he got.
Maybe 2 hobbits took it.
That would explain why it disappeared. A couple of rock and roll. Are you doing the rockers who passed away, Joanna? I won't step in your territory.
No, I'm not.
Okay, a couple of well-known rockers have passed away. Greg Kihn died on Tuesday.
Oh, no.
But the news just broke yesterday. The breakup song, big radio hit in 1981, Jeopardy in 83, nearly became a number 1 hit, but Michael Jackson's Beat It had a stranglehold on the top of the charts at that time.
Beat It had a stranglehold.
Sure did. Might say it choked. Greg Kihn had 8 consecutive albums make it onto the Billboard Top 20 charts between 1978 and 1985. Also, Jack Russell, the lead singer of Great White, died yesterday. Jack Russell was 63. Jack Russell of Great White had Lewy body dementia, which is the same condition that Robin Williams had, and multiple system atrophy. You might remember there was a very tragic incident over 20 years ago where Great White was playing a club show and pyrotechnics set the place on fire and a bunch of people died, including the band's drummer.
No.
Died in the fire, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. This was a pretty famous event. I think it happened in Rhode Island. It changed the way that they really cracked down on their safety regulations.
I always wonder why shows don't have more pyro to them. And it makes sense. Probably 'cause it's dangerous.
Well, some of these shows were inside.
This was inside at a club. And the way I remember it was like the first major news story post 9/11. Like 9/11 happened, and then a couple months later, this
Great White goes down.
The Great White blaze of 01 or 02.
Killed a lot of people. How many people died?
It was a bunch. It was I think it was over 20. Might have even been up to. Somebody look it up real quick.
Okay.
Great White fire. Rhode Island. A judge in Detroit put a 15-year-old girl who was on a field trip to his courtroom in handcuffs and threatened her with jail time after she fell asleep in court during a field trip. He has officially been taken off the bench and is receiving training. Here is Judge Kenneth King interacting with the teen and then afterwards talking about why he put her in handcuffs and threatened her with jail.
You fall asleep in my courtroom one more time, I'm putting you in the back, understood?
That's not something that normally happens, but I felt compelled to do it because I didn't like the child's attitude. I haven't been disrespected like that in a very long time.
I'm going to go to sleep tonight while you're sitting in the juvenile detention facility.
Was I really going to do that? Probably not. Could I have? Probably so. But that's not what I want to do to a kid who's there on a field trip. So that was my own version of scared straight.
There you go. So you could what? Charge her with a contempt, or what would even the charge be? You can't just put somebody in
for falling asleep. I've seen juries where jurors are asleep before. Well, the judge is catching heat for it after the girl's mom said that she is tired because they are currently homeless and had a hard time finding a place to sleep the night before. So there are a lot of people upset at this judge.
Yeah, you never know somebody's background.
I don't know. I don't know. What can...
Spit it out.
How old's the girl? 15?
15.
I don't know. What? They can't arrest you for that. I mean, it's his courtroom. What do you want? When you speak out of turn, you can go to jail for that too.
A 24-year-old woman found out to her horror when she got to the check-in counter at the airport that she had been banned by American Airlines. She was unaware that there was a ban, and I don't know if it's a lifetime ban or not. She did some digging. She had to because they wouldn't tell her what for at first, and then came to find out they said she got drunk and hooked up in the airplane bathroom with a dude on her last flight. But she says that's not really possible because, surprise, she's a lesbian.
I went to check into my flight on my phone and it didn't work. So when I got to the airport, I went to the kiosk and it also errored. I just went to the help desk and it errored for them too. And they're like, let us call someone and get it fixed. They get off the phone and she's like, I've actually been banned from flying American Airlines. And I was like, what did I get banned for? She was like, it's an issue of internal security. I can't tell you. I then finally get an email from corporate security telling me that I have been banned because I was having sexual relations with a man on a flight while intoxicated. Well, let me tell you, I am a 24-year-old lesbian. Finally hear back from corporate security. I get a call being like, hey, we've reviewed your case, so we're going to take you off the no-fly list. So I ended up on the American Airlines no-fly list by accident, and I'm now out $1,000.
Yeah, she didn't get her money back either. That's 24-year-old Erin Wright, who says that they must have gotten something wrong because she don't even like guys.
If you're ever wondering how you could get permanently banned from flying American Airlines, this is how it happened to me. So in June, I went to fly to my sister's bachelorette party, and I went to check into my flight on my phone and it didn't work. So when I got to the airport like an hour and a half early, I went to the kiosk and it also errored, and I started to get nervous. So I just went to the help desk for American Airlines and asked them to check me in, and they were really nice, and they were like, sure. So they go to check in and it errors for them too, and they're like, oh, don't even worry, you probably just put your name or your birth date in wrong when you
No, turned out to be they accused her of getting it on. Now,
did they not tell you, like, hey, you're going to be banned from now on?
I didn't even know they kept track of
seems
stuff.
like they could give you a yellow card or something.
Right, like, here's a form for you. You are banned.
What part of the Excel spreadsheet do you put that information in? Like, all right, tried to bang.
Also, maybe
now, what if? And by the way, when you look at the lady's TikTok, the first thing you say is, "Oh yeah, this is obviously
butch right
this
there,
is a
yeah.
nice lesbian."
Look, she
This
was
is a nice lesbian.
It's one of the nice ones.
That's a butch right there, yeah.
Maybe she
She's
went
a
into the
beautiful
bathroom with another woman who looked so much.
Maybe
like
they
a
mistook her for the dude.
Maybe she was in there with that Algerian boxer, for all anybody knows.
Hey,
okay.
Getting gold.
Just a few more sound clips here for you. Rob Schneider is owning up to being a bad dad to Elle King. Elle King is a singer who's Rob Schneider's daughter.
Oh, yes.
She's 35.
Do you remember what happened to Elle King earlier last year?
She was really drunk and at a Dolly Parton tribute or something and got booed off stage because she was really
And then
really
she
hammered.
was like cussing up a storm.
Yeah. Well, in a recent interview, Elle King talked about her father not being a great father, sending her to fat camp when she was young.
Ugh.
She also says she doesn't like some of the things that he's been saying. So I don't know if you know, but Rob Schneider, you can do it. That guy has gone like extreme MAGA, and he's always on Fox News. And he's so she doesn't like some of the stuff that he says publicly. So
I think where you're bringing this audio from is from Tucker Carlson's.
Yeah. So no longer a Fox News host, but
it's a website. I don't know what it is.
If one of the things is she doesn't like some of the stuff that you're saying publicly on television, maybe you're missing the point by making your apology on Tucker Carlson's show. So here's Rob Schneider talking about
Fun being a parent, isn't it? I want to just tell my daughter, Elle, I love you. I wish I was the father in my 20s that you needed. Clearly I wasn't, and I hope you can forgive me for my shortcomings. I love you completely. I love you entirely. I just want you to be well and happy with you and your beautiful baby, Lucky. I wish you the best. I feel terrible, and I just want you to know that I don't take anything you say personally.
Well, at least he's owning up to it.
Yeah, he's being cool about it.
You've heard stories about somebody donating a kidney. You might have even heard stories about somebody donating a kidney to somebody they didn't even know that well.
Or stealing it.
I've heard urban legends about that.
Yes,
You wake up
for
in a
sure.
bathtub full of ice in Caracas.
That's what I mean. Wait, what were you talking about?
North Carolina teacher Laura Eakins wanted to donate a kidney to one of her students.
Aww.
That's weird.
Best teacher ever.
That's a little much.
Well, she wasn't a match for her student, but she was a match for a total stranger, and that if she donated her kidney to the stranger, that would move the student up higher on the recipient list. Laura Eakins says someone will get the new kidney that they've been praying for because of her, and it's going to bump her. It says former student, so former student up on the list.
I was thinking about it, and I was talking to my husband about it that morning, and I said, somebody has been praying and wanting a kidney, and because I made the decision, they're going to get that.
So, Nico, I want to ask you, are you a good enough friend that you'd give an organ to one of your coworkers?
Oh, I would totally give Joanna a kidney.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever she needed.
I'd give you one too, boo.
Whatever she needed. I don't think our parts would be compatible, Buzz. I could have probably phrased that better.
Mine isn't soaked in alcohol.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Australia's B-girl breakout star from the Olympics, Ray Gunn, reacts to all the attention she's received. Most of the attention was bemused, befuddled, bewildered. People wondered, how did this lady who really can't break dance get all the way to the Olympics? So here is Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn.
Thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I hoped. I didn't realize that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating.
What's the consensus right now? Because after her televised performance over the weekend, a lot of people were saying, oh, she's a troll, or she's making some larger point about cultural appropriation, or everybody was trying to figure out. Nobody seemed to accept, oh, maybe she's just not a good breakdancer.
Right.
Here's a little bit more from Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn. Her talking a little more.
In regards to the allegations and misinformation floating around, I'd like to ask everyone to please refer to the recent statement made by the AOC, as well as the posts on the Ozbreaking Instagram page as well as the WDSF Breaking for Gold page.
All right. The thing is, they're accusing her of like manipulating the Olympic qualifiers. Like she was
how did she
there.
get to be so good at it? Like she can't even be the best break dancer in whatever her hometown is, much less the best break dancer in Australia, right?
She's horrible. I hate her. I really don't like her. There's
Alberto, bring the fire. That's about it. It's about time you kicked it in.
There's a petition on change.org that alleges that Reagan manipulated the selection process and prevented other competitors from entering because she, quote, set up her own governing body for breakdancing.
What?
Wow.
What?
Yes.
You can do that?
I guess.
I need to set up my own governing body for something I'm really thumb wrestling. Really good thumb wrestling. I am. Undefeated. I don't know what it is about my. I'm double jointed, by the way. In that.
Oh, interesting.
It really comes as an advantage. All I have to do is.
Yeah, when you have to thumb somebody.
Number one, get them to accept thumb wrestling as an official Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Step 2, set up my own governing body.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Step 3, you go to the Olympics.
Bring back the gold. That's what I think.
F-R-I-D-A-Y. F-R-I-D-A-Y. I wanna tell my boss exactly where to stick it. No, not to his face. I need this job stupid. I'm gonna head to the bar the minute I get out of here. I'm gonna drink so much I can't stand or see clear. Another round of beer. 'Cause it's F-R-I-D-A-Y. F-R-I-D-A-Y. I'm gonna ask that fat chick if she wants to have sex. Come on. Don't worry, boys, the beer goggles are in effect. When that doesn't work, I'm gonna drunk text my ex. Wake up Saturday smelling of whiskey and regret. But I'm not upset. 'Cause it's F-R-I-D-A-Y. 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 F-R-I-D-A-Y.
This is Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, El Paso's Best Rock will help that workday go by quicker so you can get into your weekend sooner. Right here, starting at 10 on 95.5 KLA.
Live Q Studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
We're going to get to the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events coming up in just a few moments. Today's Madonna's birthday. How old do you think she is? 70?
84.
102. I heard 102. Okay.
She looks good. Hey, we've got a lot of guests going to be on the show today.
We do. Who's going to be on?
We have Polar Bear Gonzalez.
John Gonzalez.
Yep, comedian extraordinaire. Is going to be in town at the El Paso Comic Strip all weekend. And then we're going to be talking to Ed the Brewer from Downshift Brewery in just a little bit.
All right. He'll let us know what's going on in Redoso this week.
You were gone yesterday.
So
we
we're
had
doing
to flip everything until today, right?
We got a Zoom link for that, or what do we got?
I'm going to ask him if he just wants to call.
Let's do a call in.
Yeah.
Redoso is mostly reopened. They had to move the horse racing season, though, to Albuquerque. You know, they could have moved it to Sun. I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of conflict, but
right.
Sunland Park has, I think there's 3 racetracks in New. I could be wrong about this.
Don't
Somebody
they
will
have their
definitely
own stuff, probably.
What?
Sunland probably has their own racing season.
Yeah, I guess so, but so would Albuquerque for that matter. John Polar Bear Gonzalez at the El Paso Comic Strip this week. He'll be dropping by. We've got to let you know what the ghost song of the day is. We're giving away an autographed Tobias Forge guitar. At the end of the month, every daily winner with the Ghost song of the day is going to win the new Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now. And we also have tickets for the big metal show coming up. It's not that far off now, just about a little over a week, with Mastodon, Lamb of God, Kerry King from Slayer, and Malevolence, all at the El Paso County Coliseum. And we'll have some giveaways today and then every day next week during the morning show. Your chance to win tickets to this outstanding metal show at the County Coliseum. All right, I got a few neckline calls. People are calling, many of these came from yesterday, so I don't know what everybody's calling about.
A lot
of it had to do...
When there's replays, sometimes people are calling in about the stuff.
Whatever the replay is. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me know if that's the case, okay?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Joanna. Hey, does Buzz have shingles?
No.
I mean, he's already in his early 60s, no? He's
No.
already in that age?
Yep. Nope.
Yep.
Or is it a pamper rash?
Yep.
I don't know. Tell us the truth. All right. You guys have a good day.
Show us the truth, Buzz. Show us your diaper rash. Come on.
First of all, is not on my... Well, it might be on my butt, but it's not just on my butt. It's like all over my torso.
You said it was. You tried to get me and Joanna to look at your butt on...
You wanted to drop trow and show us.
Well, I wanted to see how low it went.
How low? How low can you go?
How low can it go?
Also, if it were shingles, I hear that's such a miserable experience. I would be milking it for every ounce of sympathy.
Yeah, you would.
There's no way I'd
That
be
is
putting a
true.
brave
Yeah.
face on any of those.
You are being very brave. You're very brave, Ken.
Okay. I guess that's a Barbie reference, but
You're milking it for scabies, even, or bed bugs.
Scabies.
Yeah.
Ew.
Bed bugs or scabies?
Doctor said a viral infection of some kind.
Okay.
Sure.
What's up, Mo Show? It's ODG. Joanna and Buzz got sick after Capowitz brought Alberto's chew toy into the studio a couple weeks ago. Remember that? Nico's the next one to get sick. Capowitz and Alberto are using biological weapons to take y'all out and to take over the show, man. It's a coup. It's a coup, I tell you.
It's a coup.
Is that true, Alberto? You and Steve are trying to get on the FM dial, and you're doing it by releasing biological warfare.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no plan of such.
Capowitz and Alberto are cooing y'all. Hey, Buzz, if you're back, what did those red spots turn out to be, man? I Googled it. Google says it's probably an allergic reaction or some other weird thing that starts with a P.
Psoriasis, probably.
Psoriasis starts with a P.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, but do you think ODG knows that?
I don't think he knows what he's reading is psoriasis.
I can't pronounce it. What'd you eat? Did you eat oysters in August? All right, man, get better. Okay.
Just told it was a viral infection. And the chew toy that he's talking about was a remote control, a TV remote control that had been chewed as if by a puppy with sharp little puppy teeth. But it turns out it's Alberto. Alberto's a chewer.
Yeah,
yesterday we deep dived into it, and Alberto has an oral fixation. He is chewing up things left and right in here.
Yes.
Ooh.
Are you chewing stuff up in our studio?
I never go in there.
No. The studio
This
you're
one
in
we're
now.
in right now, my dude.
I'm sorry.
Come on,
Yeah,
that's
and I
the
told him-
major leagues in there, buddy. You might be chewing things down on the
Major
farm
league.
system, but you don't do it on when you get in the major leagues.
Yesterday I
I
told him.
destroyed a pen.
I told him, all I ask is if you chew on a pen, that's yours now. Take it with you. Don't leave it in
I
the
was going to
studio.
say, how do you know what's clean and what's not? Like the remote is handled by multiple people, I assume.
When you're a chewer, you don't ask those kind of questions.
Exactly.
You just chew.
You really?
Exactly. Buzz kind of knows. Wow. Buzz
I
really
have a
knows.
thing, and it's weird. You know how a lot of pins come with a thing that so you clip it on your shirt?
Yes.
You know,
You chew on that?
no, I play with it enough until it eventually it just breaks off. So they have all these pins with the little shirt
Being broke
connector broken off. It's a nervous habit. Is yours just a nervous habit?
Yeah, it's a little anxious.
Morning, guys. This is Henry. I'm just calling to let y'all know they do sell a spray that you can use to spray on stuff to keep dogs from chewing on stuff. It's supposed to make things taste real bitter. So maybe you can spray that on that remote. Maybe Alberto can keep from chewing on stuff. Just a thought. Later.
All right. Let's get to the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events. Today is roller coaster day, everybody. Who loves roller coasters?
Me.
I like roller coasters. Joanna, are you a roller coaster fan?
Love roller coasters.
Yeah, that's right. I've never seen a roller coaster that I'd be... Well, that's not true. You know what the scariest roller coasters are, right?
What's that?
The ones they set up in the parking lot, like of Sunland Park Mall, because you know that they set it up recently, and then you look at the carny workers, and you realize those are the guys who set up your roller coaster.
Some of them are missing fingers, and then sometimes it looks like it's shaken.
Some of them are missing chromosomes.
Have you seen the videos of... I'm thinking probably Joanna most of the time, but have you seen the videos, Buzz, even of the roller coaster operator who right before he pulls the lever, he goes like, oh no, this shouldn't be happening. And then pulls the lever.
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. And people look so scared.
Today is Men's Grooming Day. It's also Kool-Aid Day.
It's weird those two go together.
Oh, guess what? Kool-Aid's coming. Polar bear. Oh, not Kool-Aid.
Why would you do that?
Because there's another guy named Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but they...
Different guys.
The only thing that might be similar is that they might be chubby a little.
They don't like each other, I guess.
Oh, that's right.
Kool-Aid and polar bear.
Maybe you're just thinking of like Klondike bars and drink like something to drink right now.
Today is National Day of Action Against Bullying.
Yeah, Buzz.
Birthdays today include Steve Carell. The 40-year-old virgin is now 62. He was also, of course, Michael Scott on The Office.
Classic.
Angela Bassett, the Queen Mother from Black Panther, is 66 today. And Madonna, some of you guys guessed...
102.
Yeah, 102. I heard that as a guest.
Too old.
As a guest. 66, same age as Angela Bassett. Madonna's 66 today.
I believe she's like one of the characters from Interview with a Vampire. She's been with us for centuries. But yeah. She just makes it seem like new every century.
Writer and director James Cameron, who brought us Titanic and Avatar and The Terminator, is 70 today. Aliens. No, that's Ridley Scott. The Abyss.
James Cameron did this Alien. He is part of the Aliens franchise, you dummy.
Okay, if you say so.
He did Aliens 2. And maybe even has something to do with the newest one, the Romulans.
Aliens, there was Alien, then there was Aliens.
Yeah, it's a franchise.
I know, but it wasn't called Aliens 2.
Oh. There is an Aliens. Oh, it's just called Aliens. Yeah.
Reginald Vell Johnson, who played Carl Winslow on Family Matters, who was driven crazy by Steve Urkel. He is 72 today. And Julie Newmar, the original Catwoman from the 1960 series, is 91 today. This date in 1920, 104 years ago, New York Yankees pitcher Carl Mays hit a guy with a fastball that struck him in his left temple. Ray Chapman of the Cleveland Indians died from that injury, became the first and so far only guy to ever die from a major league pitched ball.
Oh, my God.
Well, he got him out. 70 years ago, the first issue of Sports Illustrated was published. First guy on the cover of SI, Milwaukee Braves Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews. And 47 years ago, in 1977, Elvis Presley died at the age of 42.
On a toilet seat.
He was reportedly found in the toilet. It is Graceland Mansion. He'd suffered a coronary arrhythmia. His pill-prescribing doctor, Dr. Nick, believes the king actually died of constipation, even though he was held accountable for it. And happy birthday, Madonna, who's 66 today. I wonder how she's going to celebrate.
Happy birthday, dear Madonna. Happy birthday to you. Open your present, Madonna.
Huh?
Open your present. Open your present, Madonna.
I'm not acting very pleasant.
I'll open it for you. Do you like it?
Well, what is it?
It's a jewel-encrusted dog collar, the same kind you love.
Can I have some more applesauce?
Sure, I'll get you some applesauce.
Huh?
I'm going to head out.
Where am I?
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station. Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, Joanna is going to have the Hollywood Cheese May. They made multiple arrests connected to the death of actor Matthew Perry, who, of course, played Chandler Bing on Friends. Joanna's going to have that. Also, Joanna, I'm going to ask you, after I take a phone call here, you play today's Ghost Song of the Day?
I will do
All
that,
right.
yes.
We need to let people know what the Ghost Song of the Day is and what hour to be listening for it. So we'll have that coming up here in just a few minutes. Got a live call. If you want to call us in the studio, always welcome to do that during the morning show. It's 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. Hey, Stoner Guy.
Yo, what up, man?
What's up, Stoner?
Dude, I just want to tell you, man, there is definitely an art to what you do every day, dude. And you have perfected it.
Oh, wow. What a nice, unexpected, and unpaid for compliment.
Yeah, dude, totally. Bro, like, because I get in the car, man, and I'm over here in San Angelo, and they have this thing. I know they used to have the Bob and Tom show, and I know you said you respect what they do.
I
but
do.
Now,
yes.
It's something called The Rock Show. I don't even know what their names are and stuff, but they have, like how you have your bumper. This is the Buzz Adams, whatever.
Yeah.
They have one that says, this show lets whatever their names are say fart jokes on the radio. And it's like, there's an art to the fart jokes, and y'all do it, man.
I'd like to think that I have elevated the fart joke out of its lowly station.
Well, lucky for you, the fart naturally rises without any help from you.
Okay, well, thank you, Stoner. That, again, a very unexpected compliment.
Yeah,
but
thanks, man.
Right on, man. Dude, it's great to have you back. Hope you're all healthy. And on another note, man, I just want to let y'all know I passed my first drug test.
All right. Stoner Guy can't be Stoner Guy for a while anyway.
Yeah, for a year. But it's one thing to tell y'all that I haven't smoked in a year, and it's a whole other thing to prove it.
That is a very
send it a hair sample, I guess.
Yeah, man, you can't tell me this is an addictive substance. I can stop whenever I want.
I think we have to test you.
They say it's not addictive, but I counter that it could definitely be habit forming. So, all right.
Yeah, man, dude, it's great to talk to y'all.
Thanks.
Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
There's Stoner Guy. Working hard in San Angelo, Texas. Joanna.
Yes.
I've got the Ghost Song of the Day coming up in the 2 p.m. hour today. So that means sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to hear the Ghost Song of the Day. Would you reveal to us what that song is?
Yes, today's Ghost Song of the Day is Dance Macabre.
Dance Macabre.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes. Dance
Yes.
Macabre.
I thought it's macabre.
Macabre.
Macabre?
No?
It's not.
Nice.
We all learned something.
What the hell was that?
Sorry, folks.
Okay. Is that a ringtone?
No, my computer made a noise.
Oh, okay.
All righty.
All right. Here, I got it queued up in the 2
Okay.
o'clock hour. And remember, when you hear the Ghost Song of the Day, today it's going to be at the 2 o'clock hour, you want to be caller 13. And you want to use the studio line that I just gave out, 915-910-4995. If you're caller number 13, you win the Ghost soundtrack, the movie soundtrack for Right Here, Right Now, and you're eligible for the final drawing at the end of August. It's an autographed guitar with Tobias Forge's signature on it.
Nice.
And your chances are going to be pretty good. So we're registering one winner per day. That's a grand total of 22 winners. Daily winners, one grand prize winner, and it could be you. Here is Dance Macabre.
Macabre.
You'll soon be hearing the chime, close to midnight. If I could turn back the time, I'd make all right. How can it end like this? There's this sting in the way you kiss me. Something within your eyes said it could be the last time. For so long, I just wanna be with you in the moonlight.
There you go. That is a little taste of Dance Macabre, the ghost song of the day, 2 o'clock hour this afternoon. Be ready to call in when you hear it.
It's the Hollywood Cheese Man. It's the Hollywood Cheese Man.
Joanna, tell us more. Good morning, Joanna Barba.
Good morning. Well, for the biggest news from yesterday, multiple arrests have been made in the death of Matthew Perry. That's 2 doctors, the actor's personal assistant, and 2 others have all been charged with providing the ketamine that led to his death.
What? It hasn't been his day, his month, or even his year. Let me tell you.
Oh, dang.
They killed our boy.
Okay, that was funny. Prosecutors allege that Perry's assistant and an acquaintance got their hands on a large amount of ketamine worth tens of thousands of dollars with the help of a drug dealer. The assistant has pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine causing the death. The 2 doctors charged are Salvador Plasencia of Santa Monica and Mark Chavez of San Diego. The 2 doctors had discussed Matthew's desire for ketamine in a text exchange together last September, 1 month before he died, where Plasencia asked Chavez, quote, "I wonder how much this moron will pay. Let's find out."
That seems pretty damning if they've got the text.
Terrible.
Wait, but I'm kind of confused. So they said that they got it from drug dealers.
Yes, I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
So he was getting it from more than one source.
So he was getting it from these doctors.
He was getting it from these doctors. So one of the doctors also taught the assistant how to inject the ketamine into Matthew and told Chavez that the process was, quote, like a bad movie. Those 2 doctors provided Matthew with about 20 vials of ketamine in the month leading up to his death for $55,000 in cash. But they are saying that might not have been the ketamine that killed him. The 4th person charged was an acquaintance of Matthew's named Eric Fleming, who reached out to a major underground seller known as the Ketamine Queen to get even more ketamine. That person, Jasveen Sanga, was the 5th person charged.
That's the Ketamine Queen?
That is the Ketamine Queen,
Jasveen?
yes.
They brought
Sanga.
down the queen?
The queen, yes. Apparently, she knew that the ketamine could be fatal because in 2019, a man overdosed on ketamine that she had provided. Afterward, a family member sent a text to her saying, "That ketamine you sold my brother killed him." And after that, prosecutors say that the Ketamine Queen did in fact Google, can ketamine be listed as a cause of death? And the answer is yes. Yes, it can.
Yes.
Over 2 weeks, she sold approximately 50 vials of ketamine to Matthew for around $11,000 in cash. She provided them through the acquaintance who coordinated the sales with the assistant. On October 28th of last year, the assistant injected Matthew with the last 3 shots of ketamine using syringes provided by the doctor who called him a moron.
So Matthew Perry was not taking medicinal levels of
ketamine.
He had previously done ketamine therapy,
but
which is a legit thing, I
then
guess.
he was like outsourcing it to.
Yeah, but those vials and stuff, and to start using injections, it's way more than just, well, maybe it's therapeutic at that point, but
if you're wondering how Matthew Perry, who hasn't had a TV show on in almost a decade, and kind of movie roles dried up. How he was affording $50,000 here, $11,000 here.
It's called syndication,
it's called
baby.
Syndication and
Right.
residuals, and I hear that each of those make somewhere from 20 to 40 million a year just
Yeah.
from the reruns.
It's a big show right now.
Oh my God.
Well, despite all these charges, Matthew's death was ruled an accidental overdose from the acute effects of ketamine. But 5 people charged.
Do they use ketamine as like to knock you out for some operations?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do? Is that the main use for it? And when does the therapeutical part come in?
So no, it's not. It's used for different things at different dosages. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The therapy is dose dependent. So I assume for the type of therapy that he was getting, which is for psychological therapy, it's a much lower, very low dose.
All right.
When you're using it in the hospital for anesthesia, it is a very high dose. And one of the side effects is it causes you to stop breathing. So it's used in the hospital a lot for like pediatric kids. And if they break their arms and they have to reset their bones, sometimes they'll give ketamine to children and do a conscious sedation and reset it while they're
So
on it.
I picked up on a couple other things in a story I was reading. The official cause of death was drowning because he took the ketamine
And then went
got
into
in
a bathtub.
into a
Right.
hot tub. If that assistant's job was to shoot him up with the ketamine, the assistant needs to stick around and make sure that Matthew Perry doesn't fall asleep in a hot tub.
Wait.
Right.
Yeah, stupid assistant, but bad on Matthew Perry for roping his assistant into
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
doing that
Fair.
stuff.
I think
Both
Matthew
good
Perry
statements.
bears a lot of the responsibility.
Who?
Matthew Perry.
Yeah, Matthew does. Absolutely. If you're the one willing to contact drug dealers and ask your,
Assistant to learn how to shoot you up with Special K.
FYI, I will never do that for you.
Nice. Thank you, Nico.
Don't worry.
I kind of do sometimes.
Well, let's move on to some lighter news. Unless the word Deadpool is in the title, it's hard to get people to notice your movie. There are a lot of ways to grab the public's attention, though. Have like the movie premiere at a splashy festival and also cast some big stars like Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. But most of all, and I can't stress this enough, release a still from the movie with the dopiest looking horse you've ever seen. I want you guys to Google this horse. This week, the X account Film Crave shared a photo from We Live in Time, a romantic drama starring Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. But no one is paying attention to them because everyone is too busy looking at the carousel horse who looks like he can only say one word, and that word is derp. The goofy grin is all over social media. We Live in Time is being released by A24, who acknowledged the unlikely meme by sharing a tweet from someone else who wrote, "Dying at the effing horse, a star is born." We Live in Time follows Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield, who are brought together in a surprise encounter that changes their lives, and it opens in theaters on October 11th.
Joanna, can you see the picture of the
I've
horse
seen the picture of the
scaring
horse.
Shelley Duvall?
They've put that horse into almost everything imaginable.
So you got Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy making a movie together with the crazy looking horse, huh?
Was she Gwen Stacy?
Was she Gwen Stacy?
Yeah.
In what?
No, she wasn't.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
No, that was Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Wait, who's this?
Florence Pugh.
Oh my God, she looks just like Emma Stone. She looks identical to Emma Stone in this picture.
Looks nothing like Emma Stone.
No, very much. Very much has an
guess
Emma
they're
Stone look going on
both
there.
blonde.
Yeah, all right.
Attractive. Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you, but
Really? You won't just... Okay.
why fight it, Nico?
That's true.
And finally,
It's not dementia. That's true.
finally, Alberto, if you could pot me up, please.
You're up.
Great. If you recognize this song, chances are you Shazammed it. Because this song, Night Call by Kavinsky, has officially broken the record to become the most Shazam song in a single day following the Paris Olympics closing ceremony. Night Call was played during the closing ceremony on Sunday, along with tracks from other French stars, including Justice, M83, and Air. The track, originally released in 2010, now holds the record for highest Shazam count in one day. Following the news of the record break, Kavitsky posted a photo of the announcement on Instagram with an eye-rolling emoji. After his comeback in 2022, the French house producer spoke to a magazine about the hit that came out again in 2010, explaining that he felt pressure after it had huge success and took some time away from music. He also added in that one that he would like to be known for something other than Night Call. With your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus. Our 95.5 KLAQ tag team to help you beat the crap out of your workday. Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
We've got a number of phone calls that have been pouring in this morning. I want to grab a few of those. But first, it's time for our Ruidoso update with Ed the Brewer from Downshift Brewery. Hi, Ed.
Hey, how's it going, El Paso? How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. How's your weather? We got some rain last night. How's yours?
Oh, man. Well, it's beautiful. It's great down here. Yeah, I mean, 60-something degrees, you know, the sun is shining. We've been super lucky. There hasn't been any serious floods in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so
great.
We're feeling pretty good down here. Yeah, getting good.
All right, so as Ruidoso continues to make its victorious comeback, everybody's invited to go up into the mountains, escape the heat. It's going to be triple digits 3 days in a row. Actually, it's going to be triple digits all next week, too. You want to get out of town, escape some of that heat. Ruidoso is only a couple hours away, and it's one of the best places to do it. I want to ask
you got to get out of there.
Yeah, before you combust.
Just one reminder is callmeruidoso.com. Don't forget to sign up for those alerts, just in case.
So give it to me again.
It's callmeruidoso.com, and that's going to give you any alerts if there's any, flood risk or anything going on. Then just, it's always good to be safe if you're coming up here.
Yeah. But all the roads open?
Most of them are, yes. They've actually opened up a few of the bridges that have been closed for a few weeks. So a lot of them are open. Obviously, there were a couple that washed out. So there's a little bit of rerouting you got to do. Paradise Canyon, that one got hit pretty hard, a few weeks back. So that one is a little tricky to navigate. But other than that, everything's open.
What are they saying for ski season? I don't know if the wildfires, it was probably above the tree line up there at Ski Apache.
Yes.
How does the ski season look like it's going to shape up, and what do you think the first week of skiing is likely to be?
So they're expecting really good snow this year, which is great for us. They're usually on a good snow year, they're going to open up that week of Thanksgiving. So that would be the earliest that they're going to be opening up for that. But then, obviously it all depends on how that snow comes in, if it comes in early or late in the season. So, but they are expecting good snow this year. So that's awesome.
I see an event. I see an event here on your schedule for Sunday. It's called Paint and Pints at Downshift Brewing Company.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So Paint and Pints is you show up and you get to paint a painting, and the nice thing is the lady who puts it on. She's a wonderful lady, and her art studio actually flooded and is no longer in existence. She's in the process of opening up a new facility, so she's bouncing back on her feet. But if you get to go to this Paint and Pints, it's an easy way to help out somebody who is directly affected by the flooding. Sorry. So,
hey, Ed,
we've got all kinds of good stuff.
Ed, in our messages, you said something about golf at Rainwater, and I have no idea what that means.
Rainmaker, actually.
Rainmaker.
Buzz, I hear that you play golf. I don't know if you've heard of Rainmaker, but it is the #1 golf course in New Mexico for the last 5 years. And it's open to the public, which is incredible. And I'd take my family out there. The pro tip or locals pro tip that I would say, if you are a big golfer, go out, check out Rainmaker, but go to the brunch. Because Chef Machon is incredible, yes. So their clubhouse, they have incredible food, but their Sunday brunch is something to die for. So I recommend the chicken fried steak personally.
Hey, you want to?
Got to check out Rainmaker.
You want to go up on Sunday? You want to go play golf?
Yeah, let's go play golf at Rainmaker. Where is Rainmaker? I know. Several of the golf courses, but I don't know Rainmaker. Where's it located?
So Rainmaker is actually right by the Spencer Theater. So you go like you're headed to the Spencer Theater, and you just go right past it, and there's Rainmaker. If you do go on Sunday, I don't know if they're still doing this, but I believe they are. I think Sunday through Thursday they do like 20% off golf rounds. I know they were doing free golf for first responders too, which is just awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
But those guys are great out there.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's go. Did you say Spinsters Theater?
Spencer Theater, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm not Spencer's
So that's out
Theater.
towards like the airport.
Okay, I thought Spinsters Theater.
What else, Ed?
Well, let's see. The Mountain Coaster is open, the Screaming Eagle Mountain Coaster. So if you haven't checked that out, they narrowly missed the fires, which is awesome. Into the Mountain Gods, obviously. We also have a huge event coming up. Actually, let's talk about Collective Good real quick. So we're doing this beer recovery project called Collective Good, and we actually have some El Paso breweries that are participating.
Oh, awesome.
So Dead Beach, Three Missions, and Old Sheepdog, all out of El Paso, plus a bunch of New Mexico breweries are all brewing a beer that we're going to donate all the proceeds to those affected by the fires.
Awesome.
And the floods over here. Yeah, and all these breweries that participate are invited to the Ruidoso Oktoberfest. So we're trying to get all these people out here, and celebrate these breweries for raising money and create awareness. Ruidoso's, still beautiful, still great, still lots going on. So that Ruidoso Oktoberfest is September 28th. And if you guys, are interested, obviously, Nico, you'll be hosting.
Yeah.
But early bird tickets are on sale right now on Eventbrite. So you got to check it out.
I honestly have to say,
the headliners.
I'm sorry.
The
Go
headliners are Fungi Mungo.
Fungi Mungo.
Which you guys know. Yeah.
Believe
and
we
Feline Fox.
And Feline Fox.
Hey, awesome.
We know all of those guys.
Yeah. And I've got to say,
Yeah.
so I went last year.
I went last year.
Yes. Well, I invited you last year.
I saw you.
Anyways,
I saw your Lederhosen.
It's one of the great events that I get to be a part of, and I love the atmosphere. It's full of just fun and good times, and like the delicious food and drinks and beer that you guys have.
Joanna, it is Lederhosen and his suspenders. He looks, and his little cap, he looks just like Pinocchio from Shrek.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Sounds like
there's still enough time.
Yeah.
To buy anybody who wants to buy some leather pants and attend, there's still time to get those shipped to you. So.
Yeah, I have a feeling the leather pants most people have in town are not the kind that you're going to want. So take
they might have part of it that detaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
That's a good point.
Thank you, Ed. It sounds like a great place to be this weekend. Go to Ruidoso. If you're able to make it, you will thank us for it.
Yeah, and one more time, Ed, what's that number or the website to check out for any alerts?
That's going to be callmeruidoso.com.
Call me Ruidoso.
You sign up, it's quick, it's easy, and they'll just shoot you text messages or emails if something's happening. So,
All right.
callmeruidoso.com.
Well, don't forget to visit Downshift whenever you're in Ruidoso, and we're already getting ready for Oktoberfest.
I think we should seriously consider this golf thing on Sunday and get some brunch up there, buddy.
Come on down.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Ed.
Yeah.
All right, there is Ed the Brewer. From Ruidoso, actually from Ruidoso,
From there.
native of Ruidoso.
And then he went to Houston to work at the St. Arnold's Brewery, which I've actually gotten to take a tour of before. It's huge. Delicious beer. It's great.
Got a few neckline calls.
Hey, I
thought we could get to.
First, we got to clarify something real quick, okay? Buzz was out yesterday.
Were you out yesterday?
No, I was definitely here. All right, so
were you not here yesterday?
I was totally here. So Buzz says this to me, Joanna.
Yeah.
When I talked to him about his sickness, he goes, I have 2 infections. I'm like,
Gross.
what? And he's like, yeah. I got this one in my lungs, and then I got this other one.
I didn't say I had one. Well, I have a bronchial.
So where are your bronchioles?
I guess those are in your lungs?
Yeah, they're in your lungs, you idiot. Okay. Anyways.
Go on.
So then he goes, I have this skin infection.
Gross.
And, well, I'm not going to be quarantined, but nobody can touch anything I've touched.
Ew. And I remember I told you, hey, do you want to stand?
You wanted me to do it from his board. And I'm so glad that when you left, I did not go to your seat.
I'm not surprised you didn't.
I was planning to, but then I was kind of thinking like, it's kind of dirty in there, I guess, from all the germs or whatever.
Right.
Let's stay out of the room. So are you still infectious to the point where we cannot touch the things that you touch? Because I was going to I was going to poke his belly earlier, and then I just remembered, no, never mind.
Well, it won't go through a shirt. And for whatever reason, I'm all broken out in these they look like chicken pox kind of, but
they're hives.
They're not itchy though.
Yeah.
I don't have them on my face or my neck. They're all kind of like
central.
In the central part of my body. And it is caused, I am told, by an unspecified viral infection.
And then I asked him, like,
that is weird.
I asked him, like, okay, do you have the names of any of these viruses? And he was like, well, I'm looking at the paper, and it says unspecified virus.
That's what it said.
They don't even have a name for
Not
it
even
yet,
a name.
Buzz.
It's probably known as Buzz Adams pox.
Hey, good morning show. Hey, Buzz and Nico, I'm glad you guys are back, feeling better. While you guys were out, I was actually working on my impression of you, Nico, and Buzz, and Alberto, too. Here it goes. My name is Nico. I have to go rub calamine lotion all over Buzz's belly and his butt.
What kind of lotion?
Nico, can you grab the lotion and can you come rub it all over my belly here live on 95.5 KLHO? And this is Alberto. And I can't do Joanna. I can't do Dolphin after like that. But love you guys. Glad you guys are back. Later.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate the call, I think.
Can you do a Joanna Dolphin laugh?
Who, me or somebody?
A couple calls about Matthew Perry. They've made 5 arrests so far. There may be more arrests to be made in his drowning overdose on ketamine.
Morning, Mo Show. Hey, Buzz. Hey, Nico. Hey, man, one thing about this show is you guys are always open to discussion. So I don't know if y'all remember, but Matthew Perry was like a hardcore cokehead in his prime. I mean, he was a junkie. He just had money. Maybe the ketamine was being used instead of the cocaine, and it got out of hand. Sort of like Michael Jackson was taking a surgical grade, was an anesthetic. That was his deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. Maybe he needed to be in a, rehab or something. But anyways, y'all have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
So I looked up, how long has Matthew Perry been addicted to opiates?
Well, so
and for what reason?
To just counter on real quick, it wasn't. I don't think it's cocaine. It was pills, right?
And alcohol.
Pills and alcohol. Yeah.
You can't rule out that.
Sure.
He was living large. He was.
But I think in his memoir, he said he would do things like go to open houses, like to look at houses,
and then he would raid their medicine cabinet.
Raid their medicine cabinet. And the only reason you would do that is because you can't get prescriptions. You can't buy prescriptions as easily as cocaine, probably.
It says that he began taking pain pills following I want to make sure I get this right. A jet ski accident.
Oh, man.
So
I hate to hear that people get addicted to heroin or opiates just because they were in a bad accident and the only thing to help the pain was
Opiates.
Yeah.
So would ketamine treatment be a treatment for like a cocaine addiction or some other kind of addiction? Because it sounds like he was maybe the type of guy who would trade out one addiction for another.
That sounds about right. But and he had been pretty open.
Oh, yeah.
The year,
yeah. One of the most
two.
open about that kind of drug abuse and substance abuse.
Ever since his memoir, actually, I think he was, super open about it. I think they do use ketamine treatment for the help of addictions and severe depression, like just severe depression.
Yeah, but when you're reaching out to like street level guys to get in touch with the so-called ketamine queen of Los Angeles, you've let that kind of replace the previous
absolutely
bugaboo.
So it sounds like that Perry was kind of a dirtbag.
Whoa.
What I'm getting, definitely not a victim.
I don't know, man. I guess, some people get addicted to these pain pills and it just takes them down a road that they can't find their way back from themselves.
It's sad, though, that he didn't have a better support system to push back against that. Whoever his assistant was, could have been like, no.
Yeah, I'm going to help you not do
these things.
Matthew Perry might have said, fine.
I'll get a new assistant.
I'll get a new assistant.
Right.
Yeah. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show. John Polar Bear Gonzalez is at the El Paso Comic Strip Hall this weekend, and Polar Bear will be coming by later. And a whole lot more coming up as the Buzz Adams Morning Show continues right after this.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job starting at 10 is to keep you rocking on the job. 95.5 KLAQ. Live KLAQ Studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Nico is going to have the news coming up. True Crime Report in about an hour. Also, in the next hour, we'll let you know what the ghost song of the day is again. And let you know what hour it's going to be played in.
We're already through the middle of August.
Yep.
Can you believe it?
Our very first August in history. And we have a great prize at the end of the month. All of our daily winners have a chance to win an autographed guitar with Tobias Forge's signature on it. It's a Phantoman by Hagstrom with the Hag case. Just the guitar and the case are over $2,000 value, but it's also autographed by Tobias Forge. Every day, when you hear the ghost song of the day, be caller number 13. And we'll tell you what hour it's going to be played in, and at least narrow it down to an hour for you. Tell you what the song is. All of our daily winners are going to get the Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now. And all of the daily winners are going to have an equal chance of winning the autographed guitar at the end of August. Coming up on Sunday, the 25th of August, so a week from Sunday, Lamb of God, Mastodon, Kerry King from Slayer, and Malevolence are all playing. What a huge night that's going to be.
Seriously.
We're gonna find out how sturdy that old county coliseum still is.
It will be shaking its foundations.
A little bit of Lamb of God. They will be headlining this show, and we have tickets every morning to give away.
Now, this is a Christian band, right?
I don't think that would be an apt description. My mom thought it was.
Yeah, right. Lamb of God.
This is Lamb of God. Let's make it caller number 10. We'll give the tickets away to caller number 10. The show is a week from Sunday at the County Coliseum. Here's the number you want to use. It's 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. Caller number 10 will give you the tickets. All right? And we'll have tickets every morning next week, too, for Lamb of God, Mastodon, Kerry King for Slayer, and Malevolence. Week from Sunday, that's August 25th, at the El Paso County Coliseum. Got a few phone calls to get to. We've got the news on the way in just a little bit. So was this out of line? Former President Donald Trump was talking about Sheldon Adelson's wife. Sheldon passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But he had given her... Okay, it has to do with how he talked about the Congressional Medal of Honor and the way some people are saying he denigrated people who had... soldiers, veterans who had been awarded that medal.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where he has against people who are injured or deformed in some way because of their service to the country.
We've heard this before. You know, we've heard him say that he got back from France one time and they had a big Bastille Day, and he reportedly told a number of sources.
His chief of staff, General Kelly at the time, reported this in his book. There were a lot of other sources.
He had said, we need to have some big military parade, but I don't want any wounded soldiers because that makes me look bad.
Right.
There's something, anything he sees as an imperfection, and I guess your injuries that you got in service of your country
and just from
included.
The McCain comment of, I don't like my heroes captured.
Right. I like people who didn't get captured. So they're saying this is another example of... It's just whatever that part of your personality is that makes you appreciate sacrifice, especially physical sacrifice. He doesn't have it. So
you want to hear these comments?
Yeah, let me hear.
I watched Sheldon sitting so proud in the White House when we gave Miriam the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest award you can get as a civilian. It's the equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor, but civilian version. It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's soldiers. They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead. She gets it, and she's a healthy, beautiful woman. It's
what?
And they're rated equal.
What?
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's not just us, Joanna. That just sounds bad, right?
No,
It does.
I know there are a lot of people, well, that doesn't sound so bad. I would just ask you, if Barack Obama had said that, or if Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, Fox News would be eating that lunch.
Calling them traitors?
For the next 6 months, right.
Calling them communists? Denigrating the military service of
just imagine
heroes?
That Obama or Biden or Harris, or insert your favorite Democrat there, if they'd been saying it, would you have been all over them? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people probably would who are willing to give Trump a pass for something like that. The official reason he got his dad had a friend who was a doctor who wrote up an excuse for him not to go to Vietnam. So bone spurs, right? Mm-hmm. But he was much more candid about that in an interview. They asked him, he said, I didn't believe in the cause. I didn't want to go, so I didn't go. This is just not a guy who has a ton of respect for the military. And for some reason, especially if somebody was grievously wounded, he doesn't want them around.
Yeah. It icks him out.
He gets the icks around military heroes. Maybe because, is there some part of him that's ashamed that he didn't serve when he had a chance, when he was at that military age?
I think there's something
I don't think
more,
so either. I don't think there's 1 ounce of shame in him at all.
Yeah, I think it has to do more with what you said earlier about the idea of perfection and the way somebody looks. Like he talks so much about central casting and like the general Mad Dog Mattis.
He looks like Patton, and he didn't want to hire John Bolton because he didn't like his big stupid mustache.
So he has this thing about the way things look, and if a disabled veteran doesn't fit into his pretty worldview.
Derek writes, I think the word you were looking for was empathy. He doesn't have it. He's got a lot of empathy for himself. Everything he's ever been through is just the worst. Right. Remember he said he went to a military academy, and
it was very
that's
tough.
pretty much the same.
Tough.
In a lot of ways, it's tougher than being in the actual military. I don't know. I mean, how do you confront that if you believe Trump is the most patriotic guy ever, and you see him hug the flag up on the stage, and then you hear these stories from very credible sources that say he flat out does not have a lot of respect for soldiers.
I think you have to compartmentalize it.
You just compartmentalize.
That's not true. He loves them. He loves us. Because so many veterans, I think, support him.
Yeah, sure. He's got supporters, I guess, from all walks of life, but I just wonder how you square that away. But ask yourself that question. If Obama had let go a doozy like that, saying that, the civilian award was better.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is better than the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back in just a second. Nico Jimian is going to have news headlines on the way for us in just a moment.
The Daily Calendar. Hey, it's August 16th. We're looking at National Rum Day. Kind of related, it's also Hawaiian Shirt Day. So wear one. Maybe you'll get laid. I mean the necklace of flowers. Today is Work From Home for Wellness Day.
Sounds good to me.
And it's National Tell a Joke Day. Oh, that reminds me. A lobster walked into a bar and the bartender said, "We don't serve food." Anyway, that is your Daily Calendar.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday, on the ride home, or running errands, El Paso's best rock will make the afternoon a rockin' one with 95.5 KLAQ.
Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
All right, Nico's going to have the news for us. Comedian John Polar Bear Gonzalez, who's at the El Paso Comic Strip this weekend, is going to be dropping by today. It'll be good to see Polar Bear. And we will let you know what the ghost song of the day is coming up in just a few minutes as well.
Yep. Also, it is the year anniversary of the show that our good friend Israel Garcia did. He had it was his last show, really, before he passed away from cancer.
Yeah, I remember we had him on the show, and the prognosis already at that point was grim.
Right.
And then he passed away shortly after.
Right, but it was he headlined the comic strip. It was sold out, completely packed to the rafters. And it was one of the most special shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
With comedy and, heart and a lot of emotion. And it was just great to see him do what he had always dreamed of doing. He started stand-up in his garage in Socorro for his neighbors, and to go from there to travel all over the country for it.
A couple of rocker passings to let you know about. Greg Kihn, who had a couple of really big hits in the 80s, the Breakup Song in 81 and Jeopardy in 83, passed away. He was 75 and had been battling Alzheimer's. So here are his two big hits from Greg Kihn. Jeopardy was a number one hit, and Weird Al did a parody of it called I Lost on Jeopardy. And the breakup song, na-na-na-na-na, that peaked at that peaked in the top 10 as well. He had 8 consecutive albums make it into the Billboard Top 200 charts.
I wonder if anybody had the cojones to actually break up with somebody using the breakup song.
Jack Russell, lead singer of Great White, died as well.
Cousin Ian in our fan chat actually did the research. He said over 100 people died.
That's right. And
it was the guitarist, not the drummer.
230 injured, non-fatal.
Here are... Jack Russell was 63 years old. His family said that he passed peacefully, and he had Lewy body dementia, which was the condition that Robin Williams had, and multiple system atrophy. Here are some of the best-known Jack Russell Great White songs. And tragically, Great White will be remembered for the deadly station nightclub fire in 2003 that killed 100 people and injured 230. The band was touring as Jack Russell's Great White, an offshoot of the original Great White, and an indoor pyrotechnic display ignited acoustic foam in the walls and ceiling surrounding the stage. Within 6 minutes, the entire building was engulfed in flames. That fire is still the deadliest fireworks accident in U.S. history and the fourth deadliest nightclub fire in U.S. history. But Jack Russell was only 63 years old.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get into some news headlines, see if we can make our way mostly through the news here. Here is Nico Ajimian with our headlines.
Wow! Whammy, blammy, wowie, zowie!
This is Funky Friday.
And Nico, what's happening in today's news headlines?
Good morning, Buzz. Good morning, Joanna. Good morning, Alberto. At an event in Maryland yesterday, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris made their first public appearance together since he dropped out of the presidential race. The event was organized by the White House to announce the results of the first Medicare drug price negotiation. But both of them had kind words for each other.
And I think it's for many, many reasons, including few leaders in our nation have done more on so many issues, including to expand access to affordable health care than Joe Biden.
I have an incredible partner. The progress we made, she could make one hell of a president.
And here is their, or at least Joe Biden's plan, or his version of what Project 25 is for Democrats.
They want to repeal Medicare's power to negotiate drug prices. Let Big Pharma back to charge them whatever they want. Let me tell you what our Project 2025 is. Beat the hell out of them.
I just don't think Biden would have had that kind of enthusiasm if he were out there campaigning, still running for president himself.
No, unfortunately, his issues caught up with him.
Do you want to hear some of the updated poll numbers in some of the battleground states?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I do want to hear about them, actually. I just want to get through a couple more stories real quick. So the White House announced yesterday that the Biden administration has reached an agreement to lower the prices on 10 most costly prescription drugs under Medicare. The drugs that were negotiated down, their original price and the amounts are here. I could go through them if you want me to.
Okay.
Okay. How about Eliquis, a blood thinner? It used to be $530. It's now going to be $230.
How about Skizzy Ribizzy Mimsy?
No Skizrizmizbas, but there is Farxiga. Farxiga is for diabetes, heart failure, chronic kidney disease.
I like that actress, Vera Farxiga.
I love her too, right? That's going to go from about $600. You're going to Vera Famiglia. You're doing Famiglia, right? Vera Famiglia.
That's the best way to laugh.
Dropping from about $600 to $175. Here's some audio of Here's some audio of Kamala Harris announcing some of the other ones.
Medicare represents more than 65 million people. And so Medicare has collective bargaining power. And now Medicare can use that power to go toe-to-toe with Big Pharma and negotiate lower drug prices.
I think it's a big deal. A lot of people use prescription drug prices.
All right, so these are the big battleground states, meaning they could go one way or the other. Texas is not a battleground state because, Trump is going to win Texas.
Right. They always talk about it turning purple or something, but it never is.
So I'll tell you what the situation was with the polls in May when Biden was still on the ballot, okay? Mm-hmm. In Arizona, Trump led Biden by 5 percentage points. Now, Harris leads Trump by 4 percentage points. In May, in Georgia, Trump led Biden by 4 percentage points. They are tied in the latest polls at 46 apiece. Well, that's 102. I don't know how that works, but in May in Michigan, Trump led Biden by 3 percentage points. Harris leads Trump by 2 now. In May in Nevada, Trump led Biden by 8 points. Well, he's still in the lead, but they've cut it to 5 points. Trump is still in the lead in Nevada, but only by 5 points. In North Carolina in May, Trump led Biden by 8 percentage points. Harris flipped it and now leads Trump 46-44 in North Carolina. So I know there are a lot of people that might have questioned the wisdom of replacing a president who didn't want to be replaced. But if the goal was to stimulate the voter enthusiasm, it looks like that has happened. In Pennsylvania in May, Trump led Biden by 3. Now Harris leads Trump by 5 in Pennsylvania. And in Wisconsin, back in May, Trump and Biden were virtually tied. Harris now has a 5-point lead, 48% to 43% over Trump. One thing I think, the Democrats they've really reaped a windfall ever since the candidate switch. They can't get into this area where everybody's saying, "Oh, Kamala's just going to win it walking away."
Who's saying that? I haven't seen or heard any of that.
People might draw those conclusions because remember, everybody thought Trump was going to get demolished. There were predictions that he wouldn't even win a single state when he ran against Hillary.
In 2016.
Right.
We've all learned lessons since then.
That came as a big surprise. So as enthusiastic as these crowds are and as much of a cut into Trump's leads as it might seem to be.
Oh, it's tied
They cannot
right now.
position themselves as, "Oh, we got this. We're going to, it's going to be a blue wave."
I don't think anybody is saying that right now. Everybody is saying this is going to be a fight to the death to the very end. Nail and teeth will be used.
Tooth and nail?
Tooth and nail. Thank you. You want me to go on?
No, that was all. Okay. Those are all the battleground states.
What economic problems? Retail sales jumped last month by the most in over a year. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales rose 1% from June to July, the largest increase since January of 23. Strong gains were reported by auto dealers, electronics and appliance stores, and grocery stores. Auto sales, for example, jumped 4% last month, while electronics and appliance stores saw a 2% increase. Over 3,000 registered voters in Alabama are having their registration changed to inactive status since they've been identified by the federal government as non-citizens. Secretary of State Wes Allen announced that a total of 3,251 people will receive letters notifying them of the change to their voting status and telling them that they'll have to provide proof of citizenship at their local county registrar's office to vote in
these
this
people
November.
may be citizens, but they're going to have to prove it in order to be able to vote in November.
Well, the list was provided to the Alabama Secretary of State by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. I guess as of the last tally by the DHS, they may not be citizens, but if they've gotten citizenship since then, maybe they can dispute it.
But they're going to have to put in some legwork to get reinstated.
Hey, I don't know whoever agrees that non-citizens should be able to vote. I don't think that's a policy that I agree
I don't
with.
hear a lot of people.
Nobody.
You would have to be pretty far over there on the left to think that non-citizens should be able to vote in U.S. elections.
No, this is fine. If the more non-citizens that we can find not voting.
But it sounds like there's also a possibility they might have swept up a few people that actually do have the right to vote.
Well, that is the danger of going that hard.
Integrity is a top priority, and only United States citizens should be voting in our elections.
That's Alabama Secretary of State Wes Allen. And speaking of the economy, while retail spending is up and unemployment is down. The Labor Department reported yesterday that jobless claims dropped by 7,000 last week to 227,000, with the 4-week average falling to 4,500. In overall unemployment benefits in the week ending in August 3rd, there was a 1.86 million Americans receiving benefits. I know a big talking point for the Republican nominee is that it will be a Great Depression if Kamala is elected. It's very interesting to me that because Donald Trump was talking about how bad the economy. Did you see his press conference where there was a bunch of like
only man to ever go broke owning a casino? I think.
Yeah, right. The press conference where there was like snacks on the table and deli meats and all.
What was up with that?
Okay, so you didn't see this?
No.
Oh, how could you stay on the news that long? Okay, so Donald Trump was doing a speech on the economy.
Oh,
yesterday.
and he was showing how much different things cost.
Right, but there's other things that are cheaper now. And he had a bunch of items from a grocery store. One, he doesn't know what any of those items are. It's not like
he hasn't done his own shopping.
He hasn't shopped for his own groceries probably ever. Right.
I'm picturing Mortimer and Randolph Duke explaining the commodities market to Billy Ray Valentine in Trading Places. We have here bread, wheat, which you make bread with, pork bellies, which make bacon, and oranges. Also gold, although gold doesn't grow on trees like oranges.
Right. So I think that might be falling a little deaf. Well, an omen of...
God, wouldn't you love to see him play Price is Right, like actually try and guess the retail price? A gallon of milk, I don't know, $100?
$200? Bacon, I don't know, 1,000? Well, I have one more story. An omen of doom isn't what we really need right now, but kayakers and snorkelers off of Southern California coast spotted a rare oarfish, one of less than 24 confirmed sightings of the fish in California in 120 years. The oarfish is a big fish, growing more than 30 feet long, but it has a reputation. The oarfish is nicknamed the doomsday fish, since they're seen in some parts of the world as harbingers of imminent disasters. 20 of the fish reportedly washed up on the shores of Japan right before the 2011 earthquake.
20 of them?
Yes, before the 2011 earthquake that devastated the country.
Look at that freaky looking bastard.
30 feet long, Buzz.
No God.
That's why I hate the ocean.
That's why I hate the ocean. 20 of the fish, like I said, reported in Japan. And then California's oarfish were found 2 days before the 4.4 earthquake hit Los Angeles. Mm-hmm.
Could be something to it.
So
something's in the water.
Watch out for them doomsday fish. All right.
All right. Thank you, Nico. Coming up, John Polar Bear. He is coming, right?
He is coming.
Okay. It's Friday, everybody.
Him
We're about
and
to get the weekend started.
Rafael Molina.
Oh, good. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get ready to celebrate.
Monday I've got those go-to-work blues. Yeah. By Tuesday my job makes me want to snooze.
That's right.
Wednesday the boss starts busting my hump.
Get it.
And Thursday I'm in that work week slump. But on Friday when the whistle blows at 5, it means the weekend has finally arrived. Oh, Friday.
Friday!
Thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here!
You're better than Christmas, you're my favorite day of the year. Here's a verse for the kids. 5 days a week I sit in school, getting a daily dose of the golden rule. I try to stay awake so I will pass, but those teachers are a pain in the class. So on Friday when they ring that final bell, I'm ready to raise some H-E-L-L. Oh, Friday.
Friday!
Thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here!
You're better than Christmas, you're my favorite day of the year. Yeah, St. Patty's is fun and so is Turkey Day. And I'm a big fan of Super Bowl Sunday. But keep your Valentine's, Halloweens, and 4th of July. The best DAY starts with FRI. So when the real world starts getting me down, I think of that day that's coming around. Friday is here to set me free. It's the greatest day in history. If you want the weekend to get here soon, listen to Richard Cheese and sing this tune. Oh, Friday.
Friday.
Thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here!
You're better than Christmas. You're my favorite day of the year. It's not Monday.
Not Wednesday.
It's not Tuesday.
Not Sunday.
It's not Wednesday.
Not Tuesday.
It's not Thursday.
Not Monday.
birthday. It's Friday. Thank God you're here.
Hi, it's Chuck, and tonight at 11 on Loudwire Nights, it's our weekly feature known as The Pit. Nothing but melt your earwax metal for 1 hour on 95.5 KLAQ.
In El Paso, for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, get ready for a weekend of great comedy at the El Paso Comic Strip. Polar Bear's in town.
Ooh. Yeah.
John Polar Bear Gonzalez. Hey, John.
How's it going, Buzz?
Rafa Molina's here. Hi, Rafa. Good to see you.
What's up, Buzz?
Well, guys, I hope your trip into town went well and you had a good Thursday show.
It's good.
Was it raining?
No, it would rain like when we were in there, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There was rain all around. I'm not sure I got any, but no rain this weekend. Not that it's going to stop you from going to see a comedy show.
No, of course not.
No, better not.
But triple-digit heat all weekend long.
Yeah. That might stop you. If it does, I'm a polar bear. I understand. It's awful. It's awful.
Hey, why is your nickname Polar Bear?
Yeah, a big white dude who doesn't get cold.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay, cool.
I don't know where the because he's white came from. I just felt like a racist voice just came.
Wait, but I've always heard you called Polar Bear. I don't think I've never not heard you called Polar Bear.
Yeah.
Is that always been a nickname for you?
It started when I was probably 22, and then it just stuck with me. And it got up to my job, and then everybody started calling me it. And then when I did hip-hop music, they started calling me Polar Bear.
Wait, what do you mean you did hip-hop? Produced hip-hop music or what?
Oh, I used to rap, bro, for years. Hey, I was cold, bro.
Wow.
I was cold.
What'd you say, Alberto?
Tell him, spit some bars for us right now.
No, let's all chill out, okay? It's early. I haven't even had one sip of coffee. We are not going to spit bars.
Are you from Houston?
No, Austin.
Austin.
Yeah. Why? Because I rap, you mother.
Yeah. I thought maybe you...
Obviously, all Texas rappers live in Houston.
I thought you might have sang that Miss New Booty song.
I did get told I look like Bubba Sparks growing up.
Bubba Sparks.
Yep.
Well, what's new, guys? Anybody? Just tell me what's going on with your life.
Just touring and doing comedy, doing what I love for a living. Very blessed. Get to tour the country and make people laugh. Can't ask for anything more. It's great.
John, did you, because when we were texting earlier, I was telling you about how I knew Rafa was the guy that when I started stand-up, he was setting up equipment at the open mics for. And I would like Maki Sushi on the east side.
Leader.
Yeah. And then I would be like, do you need help setting up? And, let's talk about comedy and stuff.
It makes sense. I mean, he's the one that got Israel in too, también, right?
Oh, he got me in.
Oh, Israel got you into
comedy.
it?
Yeah, he started doing it first.
Nico was reminding me that it was a year ago, almost to the day.
Close. Like a couple days.
That Israel had his final show.
Yeah, August 13th.
Comic Strip. And
it was a really special show. Like, really awesome.
That is an amazing special.
Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube.
Great Escape. Israel Garcia.
I wanted to throw it out there that there's a new Rick and Morty series that premieres. I don't know if you dudes are into Rick and Morty or not.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
I got real into it during the pandemic.
Jeez, Rick.
I got real into it during the pandemic. I used to do a Thirsty Thursday show, and I would do a live show on Facebook. And for every $50 donations accumulated, I would take a shot of whiskey. And I would take up to 10 shots of whiskey, and I'd have to cut it off. And I would get so drunk, and we would watch Rick and Morty afterwards, and I would DoorDash like Taco Bell. It was just the most craziest. I mean, you're locked up, so you can use the bathroom whenever you want to. It doesn't matter, dude. You know, it was cool.
The series premiere of Rick and Morty, the anime, premieres on Adult Swim tonight.
Oh, nice.
It's drawn in anime style.
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh, that is cool. But y'all can catch that on demand because you got to come to my show tonight and then watch it later.
That's true.
Absolutely.
It starts at 10 p.m. Show starts at 8.
Over on Max, the streaming premiere of the Mad Max prequel Furiosa.
Are you just going through the list of things that are on tonight?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
What are you?
I don't know. Just see what you guys are into.
And also on tonight, Polar Bear.
Yeah, old school TV Guide.
They, as far as I know, they don't make TV Guide anymore. So I got to do it.
Right.
Do they still sell TV Guide? I mean, haven't even looked at a magazine rack.
You put them out of business, man, telling all the TV shows on your show. They're like, well, we can't put up with Buzz.
We got Buzz. We don't need to print this anymore. Rafa, are your family still in Socorro?
Yeah. Yeah, my dad and...
Have you driven out the east side and seen how different is the east side?
It is amazing, dude. It is night and day. Nothing like I remembered it back in the day, dude. Like back in the day, immigrants would get dropped off in Socorro and they wouldn't believe they were in the United States.
They thought they were still in Mexico.
Yeah. Now they're like, okay. Sidewalks. What do they have? They have Planet Fitness out there too now.
Yeah.
He said sidewalks like it's a big
deal.
Dude, it was.
You got sidewalks.
We got paved sidewalks now. It's crazy.
And not everybody out there has running water. That's true. Not everybody there has. Some people have to go to a church to fill up water.
The portables.
Bottles of water.
I don't get to go out that far that often, but now every time I go to the east side, it's like a new city.
Yeah, there's always something new
city.
popping up.
I need to let you guys know I missed a couple of days of work because I broke out in a very bizarre rash.
Oh, show them. It's on your body still.
Well, yeah, it's starting to fade a little bit. But
show us.
You guys ready for this?
Take it off.
Now keep your money in your pockets. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, man. Yeah. Looks like a little like chicken pox almost.
Looks like chicken pox.
Yeah.
And while I was out, I found out that callers were diagnosing me.
Well, we asked for the diagnoses. We were like, we were trying to guess what would be the most likely cause for red spots on your body, and people came up with great answers. Like
shingles was out there a lot, but it's not shingles because shingles
is not
painful,
hell, right?
Yeah. I hear
super pain.
But like scabies or bed bugs was a big popular answer.
Does it burn when you pee?
Hey, Buzz Adams Show. So I was hearing the description of Buzz Adams' rash. It doesn't sound like shingles, especially if it's all over his entire body. Shingles follows the dermatomes of the nervous system. So if it's going to be on your body or chest, it's going to follow a nerve.
This is exactly how you sound when you start explaining medical stuff. This guy sounds just like you.
Yeah, what does it sound like?
Like a know-it-all.
Yeah. Dimatones? What the hell are dimatones? I thought that was like from Stranger Things.
Line, essentially. Kind of like, think of it as like an equator around the Earth. It's going to follow that line and give you that rash on that location only. It doesn't spread out entirely throughout your chest or your back. And it's usually like a pimple-like blister, if you will, that erupts, and that's when it's most infectious. Once it closes and crushes over, kind of like a yellow crust, that's when it's in the healing process or the dormant stage. But
okay, I can't listen anymore.
What a nerd, dude!
And he didn't even say it. He didn't even say it.
It doesn't even itch. I mean, it's not like scat. It's just like I broke out in dots.
Yeah, maybe it's at the dormant stage.
Maybe you have gingeritis.
Gingeritis.
What is gingeritis?
Freckles.
Oh, okay.
You guys should look up neck or hand, foot, mouth disease. That might be what Buzz has. It's very unpleasant. That's basically like what you guys are describing. So check it out.
Hoof?
I can't hear any of these calls, so I don't know what anybody's saying. But are you talking? Were they talking about the hand and mouth or
hand and mouth disease?
Foot and mouth.
I could have sworn that was a prion disease. Is it not?
I think my ex-girlfriend got a hand and mouth disease. Not from me, but
hand and mouth job.
Hey, Buzz Adams here, and I don't need no gosh darn doctor. They don't know nothing, no how anyway. It's just a little yellow, Rocky Mountain yellow fever. Treat it right away with some turpentine, and I'll be fine. I'll be there tomorrow.
All right.
God bless America. Have a great day.
Yeah, that guy loves his cousins, but like really loves his cousins.
Really loves them.
Okay, so
he bangs them.
Somebody suggested, but they didn't put it in a voicemail, so I'll just tell you what they said. That I had said on the air that I get in the swimming pool so much, and then I don't shower.
Oh, I said that.
I do. Okay, here's what I do. I get in the swimming pool just because it's just so nice to get out.
I think I told Joanna that, and maybe Joanna repeated it.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I get out of the, okay, people think I just go in there with the chlorine all over my body. I do not.
You do.
Listen to me. I have a garden hose.
I did mention that.
And
You
a bar of
hosed yourself
and a
off.
bar of lye soap. And after I get out of the pool, it's like, yeah, I'm I'm not fancy enough to have a shower, like a cabana shower.
I lived with you
But
for
I
2
do have
years,
one.
and I
do
never
have a
saw
hose.
you do that once.
But you have a shower.
I never saw
inside
you
the
take a
house.
hose and hose yourself down.
I told you to quit watching me while I bathe.
When you do it in your backyard.
So it was, the doctor said it was an unspecified viral infection.
2 different ones. A lung infection, right?
Yeah. Well, he said I had a bronchial infection.
Which is where?
I guess it's your lungs.
Yeah. And a skin infection. Now, he told me I'm not allowed to, you can't touch me, and I can't touch anybody with my skin, and nobody can touch what I've touched either.
Oh.
Which now you
So
guys
I'm so happy
probably
that
have
polar bear is in there
yeah,
with you guys.
a sense of
When
fear
would you
being
shake our
inside the
hand?
studio with
Yeah,
them.
What's the most
told me that before I shook your hand,
Yeah.
Buzz. That would have been cool.
Well, I don't have them on my hands. They're just all in the torso for
Yeah.
some reason.
It's just
and
in
they're going away. They're fading.
It's just a main body and gooch. Like, that's where most of it is.
I do not believe the gooch is affected either, but I have not.
Unless you can see
I've
your own
got that
gooch,
there
you won't
checked.
know.
He hasn't looked at the gooch.
You got any hand sanitizer? Or?
What's the most bizarre, just out of left field medical condition you've ever had? Have you ever had anything that stumped modern scientists?
No, never stumped anybody for sure. I mean, my
I got
cheeks
that-
are red.
I got that.
Said it was like rosacea, maybe, but
that's from slapping
That's
cheeks.
just yeah, that was the dominatrix that did that.
You ever heard of MRSA? I had MRSA one time.
No.
That's like the flesh-eating bacteria or whatever.
Methicillin-resistant Streptococcus aureus.
Yeah. Whatever it is, I had that.
It's one of those hospital infections that are supposed to be like a superbug, like resistant to antibiotics and stuff.
I know that for like 6 days in a row, I had to go in and be on an IV for a couple hours a day.
Oh, man.
Normally, only people in nursing homes get that, though. That's interesting.
Or like gyms, right? I heard gyms.
Yeah, gyms
Get that
too. Yeah.
Well, it started off with I'd gotten poison oak or poison ivy, like on my torso, and then so that somehow then got infected with MRSA. I don't know if it was a gym, but I don't go to the gym very often, but I don't go to the hospital very often either.
Yeah, Rafa, what's the most serious medical condition you ever had? Because I've known you for a long time now, and I don't think
he doesn't go to
the
the doctor.
I don't think I've ever seen you go to the doctor.
His
or known
neighborhood
that you
doesn't
go
even
to the
have
doctor.
I avoid medical conditions. Yeah.
Yes, Rafa, please list all your medical
I ignore
conditions
medical
you've had.
conditions.
Right? I've known you for 10 years now, 11 years, and I don't think I remember even hearing you go to the doctor
Well,
once.
the silliest thing I've done that took me to the hospital was I chopped off like a tenth of my finger, of my index finger, with doing mechanical work, and so I had to go with a little piece of finger in an ice bag. That was it.
You put it in there and they sewed it back on?
No, they didn't. They didn't do anything to it, bro. They didn't even wash it. Like you can barely tell.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Got like a little witch's nail.
Hey, let me get a break in here. We'll come back more with John Polar Bear Gonzalez. Rafael Molina's here. And we will continue. I've got a true crime report coming up just a little bit later. Hey, Joanna, do you go to Costco very often? You have a Costco membership,
I
don't you?
just got one, yeah.
They're cracking down.
Yeah, I'm thinking of canceling it.
How come?
I don't know. I'm more of a Sam's girl. I can't afford both now, you know?
Gotta stay loyal to the Waltons.
Wait, you were so proud of your Costco membership.
Yeah, but, you can't hear me.
Yeah, there's only 50 members of that family who are multi-billionaires. We got to make sure the Waltons still keep getting theirs. They got a lifestyle to maintain. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more with John Gonzalez, Polar Bears at the El Paso comic strip, along with Rafael Molina, and more coming up right after this.
Artist interview, Zoom music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock. Loudwire Nights with Chuck Armstrong, 7 to midnight on 95.5 KLEQ. KLEQ Studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, we have a contest going on for August, which we are calling a Ghost. And every day we play a ghost song of the day. So, time to let you know what hour it's going to be played in. what song it is and let you hear a little bit of it. The Ghost Song of the Day is going to be in the 2 o'clock hour, 2 in the afternoon. So 2 to 3 this afternoon. You're going to hear this song. When you hear it, be the 13th caller. Use the studio line to get in. 915-910-4995. 13th caller. Every daily winner gets a copy of the new Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now. And you're qualified for an autographed guitar. It's a signed Phantoman guitar by Hagstrom, autographed by Tobias Forge of Ghost. The guitar and the case it comes in, an over $2,000 value, not including the autograph. Joanna, do you recall what our Ghost Song of the Day is for today?
Yes, today's Ghost Song of the Day is Dance Macabre.
Let's, so are you guys familiar with Ghost yet?
No.
Okay, so this is their stage persona. This is Ghost, okay?
That's Papa Emeritus.
That's Papa Emeritus or Tobias. And it looks like super heavy satanic, right? Really super scary.
Yeah.
They're like a pop band.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's the way I describe. They have a real like pop sensibility.
Yeah, that picture I'm looking at does not give out pop vibes.
Well,
it
this
gives like
well,
like that.
Here's a little bit of their. No, it's much more
Diagnose that,
melodic
listeners.
than that. Here you go. This is Dance Macabre.
Macabre.
By Ghost. Macabre.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, no
they don't
way.
match up, do
Not
they?
at all. Not at all.
It's like the first time you ever heard Eminem rap. What?
I'm thinking Kiss.
Well, as far as the theatricality goes, they definitely have that in common with Kiss.
He sounds so nice.
Like this what comes out of Vice City or something like that.
Right, yeah. It does feel like Vice City. I feel like doing a drive-by right now.
That is Dance Macabre. The Ghost Song of the Day will be in the 2 o'clock hour this afternoon between 2 and 3. Don't forget, caller number 13 is the daily winner and has a good chance of winning the autographed guitar.
So I have a quick question for John and Rafa. I've known them for years now. Do you remember before you were even touring, there was one show in El Paso that we were doing at the Glass Box Theater.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like headlining John Polarberg Gonzalez and Mario Salazar.
Yeah.
And then whoever was producing it put on like 40 local comics as guest spots and stuff.
And the host went up and did like 3 to 5 minutes before
every single comic. Too.
Yeah. It was Mario was so mad, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so, because he gets anxiety if there's a lot of comics, and he's like, dude,
it is like
dude, there's like 40 comics,
people
dude.
exchanges.
And he keeps doing time between people, dude.
Superstar.
Yeah. But since I've known them, you know, it's hard to date when you're traveling the road, right?
Yeah.
So are you guys in a relationship right now, or?
No.
Not at all. Ladies, what's up?
I was literally
The ladies.
I was literally just talking to a chick last night and telling her like how hard it is to date like doing this, because girls are like, no, it's fine, I get it, I understand, you're on the road, and then you get like a month, 2 months into it, and they're like,
They
you're
don't
always
get it.
done.
Yeah.
and done. Yeah, it's too much. And I strip at the end of the show, so that's his thing.
He does strip at the end of his shows.
Yeah. So I better not get rash and break out, because then I can't strip and make money.
And they might make more money. They feel bad for it. It's just, dude's got herpes simplex 10.
So maybe you might get like an El Paso Sancha for this?
Maybe.
You know, Buzz, you really need to go out and see Polar Bear's act, because he does strip at the end of the show, and sometimes like they give him money.
Bro, hope he makes bank, bro.
And then I remember telling you the last time I saw you do this that you're actually stripping at this point. You're like, you're actually stripping and getting money.
That's why I just put in my bio part-time stripper. I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's brilliant.
It's what my life is right now.
Hey, so I want you to take a look at this lady on TikTok. She went to go catch a flight to her sister's bachelorette party on American, and American told her, you're banned from American Airlines. All right? Okay. And they wouldn't tell her why she was banned, but eventually she found out. So Let's just hear this play out.
If you're ever wondering how you could get permanently banned from flying American Airlines, this is how it happened to me. So in June, I went to fly to my sister's bachelorette party, and I went to check into my flight on my phone, and it didn't work. So when I got to the airport, like an hour and a half early, I went to the kiosk, and it also errored, and I started to get nervous, so I just went to the help desk for American Airlines, and asked them to check me in, and they were really nice, and they were like, sure. So they go to check in, and it errors for them too, and they're like, oh, don't even worry, you probably just put your name or your birth date in wrong when you were entering your information when you bought the flight. Let us call someone and get it fixed.
Let me jump ahead just a little bit, because she eventually was able to figure out why they had banned her, but she says that she did not deserve to be banned. So here's that part of her conversation.
I went to check into my flight on my phone, and it didn't work. So when I got to the airport, I went to the kiosk, and it also errored. I just went to the help desk, and it errors for them too. And they're like, let us call someone and get it fixed. They get off the phone, and she's like, you've actually been banned from flying American Airlines. And I was like, what did I get banned for? She was like, it's an issue of internal security. I can't tell you. I then finally get an email from corporate security telling me that I've been banned because I was having sexual relations with a man on a flight while intoxicated. Well, let me tell you, I am a 24-year-old lesbian. Finally hear back from corporate security. I get a call being like, hey, we've reviewed your case, so we're going to take you off the no-fly list. So I ended up on the American Airlines no-fly list by accident, and I'm now out $1,000.
Okay, so she's 24, a lesbian. I'm wondering, could she have gone to join the Mile High Club with another lesbian who just really looked like a dude? and that's where the confusion came from.
A butchier one than that? No.
Yeah. I was going to say, if she showed up to the counter and was like, I'm here, and they would say, oh, sorry, you were caught for sexual acts, they should have looked at her and been like, maybe not you.
I quickly booked myself another $1,000 round-trip flight day of.
She's a lovely young person, but clearly she's,
and she's clearly a lesbian.
For the other team,
for the viewers who can't see, she looks like she plays baseball, not softball, but baseball.
Right. In college, not softball, baseball in college.
Yeah.
And then I proceed to be like, okay, I'm going to get this all cleared up. Like, they'll refund me money.
No, she was out the $1,000 apparently.
What?
Sucks.
Oh, you didn't even get to have fun either. That sucks. At least be in the Mile High Club.
So it was just American that didn't let her? So she was not a no-fly list, just American
American had banned her for some reason, but
Frontier would have taken her in a second.
Spirit would have encouraged the
They actually have a punch card for every time you do.
Frontier hands out condoms instead of sanitary wipes.
Hey, if you're a Costco member, there are going to be a few minor adjustments at the stores. Costco is going to start scanning membership cards at the entrance, which they do at Sam's. I don't know if you guys either go to either one of these, but you just hold it. They don't even scan it. The guy just looks at it, right?
Yeah. You mean the old person that they always have at the front?
No, they have different age. They have all kinds of different age people. Sometimes they got a young guy up there.
Yeah. Sometimes they have people I could catch up.
But at Costco, everybody just, walks in. I've wondered before, what if you didn't know what the deal was with Costco and you spent 2 hours shopping and you got like a heaping cart full of stuff and then they tell you, oh, you got to be a member buy all this stuff. But
that'd be awful.
If a customer's Costco card is inactive or expired, they get directed to the membership counter, so they're going to start checking that stuff when you come in. And then the scanners are also going to detect for debit cards that are either expired or stolen, which seems like a good idea, I guess.
Yeah.
Thousands of reactions to the scanners were posted on Reddit. One commenter who saw the scanners in action said that upon scanning, a photo of the card owner shows up so staff members can verify that the card belongs to that person. I guess some people loan their card out, and you're not supposed to be doing that.
I do it for Sam's.
Now, one thing that Costco had over Sam's, at least the ones that I go to, is that Costco had this big frozen room for all the produce. And in the summer, man, you go in there, it's the coolest.
It's amazing.
He Buzz with his lawn chair next to the lettuce.
Hey, where's Buzz? Check Costco's frozen vegetable aisle.
What's he doing in there? Chilling.
Giving the broccoli a rash.
Well, Sam's copied it. Now Sam's has got a big frozen room for all the produce.
Yeah.
So that was probably a good practice to copy.
Attention Costco shoppers, this is the police. Now that Costco is scanning ID, some of you are in some pretty big trouble. Sir, put the Dixie cup full of orange chicken down and step away from the lady in the hairnet handing out free samples. I do not have time for your shenanigans, freeloader. You think you can waltz in here, flash a library card, and enjoy a $1.50 hot dog soda special without a membership? No, you're going to have to join like everybody else, mister. It's not like it doesn't have its privileges, like 70-count boxes of waffles or giant Halloween inflatables that destroy your lawn. Oh, and let's not forget the stylish threads, because nothing gets ladies more hot and bothered than a pair of Kirkland cargo shorts. Where was I? Oh, you're all under arrest. Put your hands in your receipts where I can see them.
Music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. All with Daniel Paulus, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 on 95.5 KLAQ.
Hey.
Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Studio with us this morning, John Polar Bear Gonzalez. He is headlining this week at the El Paso Comic Strip with a Friday show, 2 Saturday shows, and John Sunday show. Hey. Rafael Molina, who is from Socorro.
Okay, so
but
people, I keep saying your name as Rafa or Rafael, and Buzz didn't know who I was talking about because I guess you go by Raf or.
Why say Rav? Real as fun.
Yeah.
Edit that. But okay.
I ran into Rafa at when I was in LA taking my daughter to tour campuses.
Yeah. You were telling me, and then I was like, "Oh, so did you see Rafa?" And you're like,
"Yeah, well, yeah, I did."
Rafael, and you were like, "What? Who?"
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw you. I was like, "What? What's Buzz doing here?"
And Nick was there. Nick Gatta was there.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the day before, I'd been going all over. Willie Barcena was showing us all over town.
And didn't you ask Nick, like, have you seen Willie lately?
I did not, no. No, sir. Everybody was having a nice 4th of July. We were watching Paraguay.
Yeah, and
play soccer.
Ecuador. Yeah.
Ecuador. Okay.
We got a email right now from a frequent listener, Derek Terry, says
Derek's
that one of our guests sounds exactly like Willie Barcena, which I assume he means is Rafa.
Rafa even looks like Willie.
Hey,
Rafa
we
looks
don't
like he could
like
be,
Buzz.
No, but you look like you could be related to Willie.
Yeah.
And you toured with him for a long time, didn't you?
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Well, he's a big. You kind of moved to LA for that reason for a little bit, right? I mean, that's kind of a reason.
Well, yeah.
Let me tell you, school in Los Angeles is way more expensive than school at UTEP.
Oh, dude, I imagine colleges are for sure. Do you guys watch a lot of reality television still, or no?
Nah.
No, I haven't seen any in a long time.
There's this new show that I've come across called MILF Manor.
Oh, what?
MILF Manor. Yes.
I'll start watching that.
They take
intrigued
8 hot older women.
Older meaning 40? Old enough to have adult kids, though, right?
Old enough to have adult kids.
Yeah. So minimum 40.
Minimum 40. Yeah. And they all are there to meet younger men.
Or in El Paso, minimum 28.
So it turns out that these women all have sons, and the sons are the men that they're supposed to be dating.
The young, hot dudes are all the sons.
8 women have 8 sons.
So you're not trying to hook up with your own son.
You're trying to hook up with another woman's son.
Right. But they're all there in the same.
And
it's like some MILF swap kind of thing.
It is.
I've seen a video.
So the
about it.
first challenge that they have is the women have to identify their son based on feeling the abs and the body of all 8.
No.
Dude.
Oh, what is going on?
Japanese people started that one, no?
Kentucky, maybe.
Yeah, so it's so cringy that I actually have to turn it off at some points because I just can't continue. But then my
It's
curiosity.
insanity, yeah. And this is regular TV.
This is regular TV.
Well, it's not a network, is it?
I think it is.
It
network.
is?
I think.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you about a show that I feel very, very guilty about watching because sometimes it's
DILF manner.
No. No. Love on the Spectrum. Can you guess what that would be about?
Oh, I know what it's about, sir.
Have you ever seen an episode?
No, but I've heard comedians talk about it, and it's pretty hilarious.
Hilarious. And then I catch myself all by myself watching Love on the Spectrum, just cracking up at something one of them said. And I'm like,
You've applied to be on the show, right?
I never got the call back.
It kind of makes me question myself because I can't find love.
I know.
Like, come on, man.
How can these MILFs and these Spectrum people?
Oh, Spectrum people. Back it up a little bit, Nico.
I was talking about the company.
the cable company?
Spectrum Wireless.
Good.
Okay, here we go. Let's do a true crime report.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
It's a true crime report, actual crime stories from around the world, across the nation.
Stop breaking the law! Oh!
Just go through some of these. McDonald's worker was sentenced to 5 years after a pattern of behavior. It seems like what they boiled it down to is that anytime the McDonald's he worked at got too busy, he would set a fire.
I need a break.
Oh, that's great.
34-year-old Joshua McGregor works at a McDonald's in Georgia. Last year, he lost it during a shift. He was apparently overwhelmed by how busy McDonald's had gotten, so he lit a piece of cardboard on fire, threw it into the dumpster outside. The dumpster was filled with flammable material, so the whole thing started going up in flames.
That's kind of genius.
There were people in the drive-thru who got out of their cars and started running away. The whole restaurant had to be shut down while the fire was brought under control. McGregor did it intentionally. He even filmed himself lighting the cardboard on fire. Because I think
that last
if
part.
you're under 40, you've got to film yourself doing everything.
I got to make content.
He pleaded guilty to arson charges. No one was hurt.
That's relatable, right? You guys have been on stage and it's been so busy where you're just like,
God, I wish
I'm just going
somebody
to
would
light
just
up.
start a fire.
Just gotta start a fire in this club.
Yeah, dude. The jokes aren't hitting. All right, well. Here you
I'm
go.
going down. We're all going down.
I'll be back in 30 seconds. The exits are on the side and the back. A woman ran over her boyfriend on their way to couples therapy.
Toxica, dude.
We get it there on time.
So it's not working?
She's Latina for sure.
Maybe it's in Minnesota, though.
There's some out there.
A Minnesota woman is facing charges of running her boyfriend down with her car while they were on their way to couples therapy. It happened Saturday. 30-year-old Veronica Gast was behind the wheel, and her boyfriend was in the passenger seat. On their way to couples counseling, they had been fighting all day. Things got heated on the drive to counseling again, and he broke up with her.
Yeah.
He says he told her their relationship was over and there wasn't any point going to counseling.
That was the wrong time to do it.
Yeah.
He asked her to take him home. That's a real chick move there, dude. But anyway.
It's over. Take me home.
But she stopped in the middle of the road, told him to get out and walk. So he did. Another chick move. This is where their stories diverge. He says as he was crossing in front of her car, their eyes locked. And that seemed to set the girlfriend off, according to him. He says Veronica floored it, causing him to fly over the hood and slam into her windshield.
What was her last name?
Gassed.
Oh, she gassed it.
G-A-S-T.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
The boyfriend ended up with a minor cut on his right elbow. She ended up with a cracked windshield. He says the windshield crack happened when she hit him. And she says it happened when he punched the windshield out of anger.
Either way, just call Safe Light, right?
They're going to get back
Safe
together.
Safe Light repairs, Safe Light something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definition of a toxic relationship.
They're going to get back together.
She says that she did hit him, but that it was accidental.
I mean, the makeup sex isn't going to be great if he got hit by a car.
Eventually, she admitted that she did do it on purpose. She's facing second-degree assault charges. And I guess it says here the relationship is over, but I've seen people come back.
I think they still have a chance, bro.
I do too.
Check their Facebook. They're definitely back together.
They had been dating for about a year.
They'll post something stupid like, "We're not perfect, but nobody is. I love him so much."
Trying to better ourselves every day.
Yeah.
Our next story comes from Virginia. A guy lost control of his car, crashed into somebody's house. He offered the homeowner $50,000 not to call the cops.
Oh,
A woman in Virginia was jolted awake in the middle of the night last Friday when a car crashed into her home. She said at first she thought it was a tornado. Police say a 2017 yellow Dodge Charger veered off the road at a high rate of speed, possibly over 100 miles an hour. It hit a fence, careened across a yard, ripped through an above-ground pool, and slammed into a deck.
Oh.
The homeowner said she confronted the driver, and when she did so, the driver offered her $50,000 if she just let it go without calling the police.
I feel like the damages would be more than $50,000 though in today's economy. Doesn't seem like a good deal.
Here's what the homeowner said. He offered me lots of money and said his dad was a millionaire. And I was like, no, I'm calling the police.
She's white.
The driver. What do you say? If she wasn't white, she definitely would have at least considered taking the
cash.
Yeah.
No, she's white. She called the police for sure. Name might have been Karen. I don't know.
She could have taken the cash, then wait the insurance claim.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
When she
That's Socorro right there, dude.
when she turned down the offer, that's when the driver ran off, abandoning the car on her property. Police have identified the suspect. It's unclear if his father's actually a millionaire. Doesn't sound like anybody was hurt.
Lucky dude.
All right, another story. A guy says he was fired from the real-life Conjuring house because a ghost told the owner that he was stealing. I don't know if you remember the story of The Conjuring or the haunted basement. I guess that's based on a supposedly true story. There's a real house that's open to the public, and people can go tour the real Conjuring house.
Ghosts who snitch. Who knew that was a great home security system?
Yeah.
The house is in Burrillville, Rhode Island. It is open to visitors. A man named Brian Dancero had been working there. He was abruptly fired last month. The owner of the Conjuring house is named Jacqueline Nunez. She claims that the ghost of a man named John Arnold told her that Brian, her employee, had stolen $3,000 from the cash box.
Snitches, John Arnold.
The owner, Nunez, is not denying it. Quote, I and every person is entitled to experiences that bring understanding and meaning into our lives, including being informed or warned about wicked actors and actions. It sounds like the Labor Relations Bureau might have a different view of that sort of thing.
I feel like
I don't know if you could fire somebody because a ghost said they were stealing.
I feel like she lost the $3,000 and is just blaming it on him. Like, no, it was a ghost.
Let's have a seance and talk to him, okay? Let's actually get the story.
That is wild.
Brian, the fired employee, denies he stole anything. And he believes that the guy, so the ghost is supposed to be of a previous owner named John Arnold. He believes John Arnold's ghost haunts the house, but doesn't believe he would do him like that.
He wouldn't do me dirty.
That's not John. You don't know John.
Here's a quote from the guy who got fired. For a spirit to go after a staff member in that manner, I've never heard of such a thing at any haunted venue, let alone the Conjuring house.
Oh, John Arnold.
And there's a judge who has been temporarily suspended while he undergoes training. He handcuffed a student who was there on a field trip in his courtroom because she fell asleep. A judge in Detroit put a 15-year-old girl in handcuffs and threatened her with jail time after she fell asleep in court during a field trip.
Jeez.
I've been to jury duty. There are people sleeping.
You can fall asleep.
He said he wanted to teach her a lesson, but he's officially been taken off the bench while undergoing training. Here's Judge Kenneth King, first of all, interacting with the 15-year-old, and then talking about why he threatened her with jail.
You fall asleep in my courtroom one more time and put you in the back, understood?
That's not something that normally happens, but I felt compelled to do it because I didn't like the child's attitude. I haven't been disrespected like that in a very long time.
I'm going to go to sleep tonight while you're sitting in the juvenile detention facility.
Was I really going to do that? Probably not. Could I have? Probably so. But that's not what I want to do to a kid who's there on a field trip. So that was my own version of scared straight.
Stupid.
I'm a dog. I'm a dog, Judge.
Did they have those Scared Straight shows when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
They put you in there, and those guys are like in your face, yelling, and spit's getting on you, and they're telling you how they're going to sexually get you.
Yeah. Making you grab their pocket and saying you're their female dog that we can't say on radio. But you get it.
The girl's mother says that they have recently experienced homelessness and that she was very tired because they'd had difficulty finding a place to sleep the night before the field trip.
I hope they sue
who's the
judge and win.
And that is your true crime report.
I deal in crime and that kind of thing.
I owe my life of crime to the fact that I was a dropout.
Just last week, a guy pulled a knife on me. I could see it wasn't a real professional job. There was butter on it.
I can get away with it, like the crime of the century.
Crime of the century.
What was the man's crime?
In his daring life of crime, made him a legend in his time, east and west of the Rio Grande.
All right, John Polarberg Gonzalez, El Paso Comic Strip this weekend. 2 shows on Saturday, Friday and Sunday shows.
Yeah.
Rafael Molina's here as well, so go out, catch some comedy. Thank you guys for dropping by. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Take a break. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show is on the way right after this.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, all the best new rock, all the best classic rock, everything that is El Paso's best rock. Everything you need to help you through your work.
To keep you company while you recover from dengue, monkeypox, or whatever.
Dengue, monkeypox. Nice.
Ringworm.
Yeah. And we're going to watch MILF Manor.
I'm not.
Yeah, we are.
You said there's one thing about it that if the roles were reversed, it would be extremely creepy
and predatory.
Probably never make it onto television.
So, Joanna, Alberto, I was telling Buzz that the women are between 40 and 60.
Yes.
The guys are almost all 23 to 24.
Imagine a show where a bunch of 50 and 60-year-old guys were trying to hook up with 23 and 24-year-old women.
And they're their daughters.
Oh, that would be weird.
Right. Alberto, actually, you're around that age.
Yes, I am.
Would you hook up with like a 40 to 60-year-old woman?
I've hit 42, but not
We had a whole discussion on this yesterday. Alberto's looking for some cougars and a sugar mama.
We're going to Timmy's or where?
Teddy's.
Timmy's. You're not seriously looking for a MILF if you don't even know what Teddy's
That's what I
flame
told
is.
him.
She put me in the business. She said, you need to go to Teddy's.
Wait, so were you talking about MILF Manor yesterday?
No, we were talking about dating.
This is just a separate conversation
Yeah, this is
completely.
just something
Well, I'm
different.
saying, Alberto, you need to sign up for the next season.
Yeah, and so a bunch of people in the app chat were like, you guys need to make like a KLAQ bachelor and then have like Alberto be the one who giving out the roses.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Anyways, Buzz, you have to check it out. It's so cringy. Do you want to hear a description of it? This is
Truly, I do not.
This is the woman who created it. Her name's Danielle Newman. And she says, what's all the fuss about? It's female empowerment, erasing the double standard stigma of older women dating younger men, that everyone on the show had a good time, and that every man is somebody's son.
I guess technically every man is somebody's son.
Yeah. True. And I guess every woman is somebody's daughter. Steve, I like how you averted the room.
He almost came in, and then he took one look at me and turned around on his heels and walked right out of the room.
Thank you.
Well, listen, here's the truth. Since you clowns were out, I was with Alberto and Joanna, and then I took one look in the room to see if Joanna was in there. And when I realized, no, she's here, I said, okay, I'm making the smart play.
Wait, Joanna, are you only in there to stay away from Buzz?
Yep.
What?
That's why Alberto. Well, wait a second. Alberto doesn't need to run the board. You'd still be in there.
I'd still
away
be
from
in
me.
here, yeah. But if Alberto's in here producing, I'm usually in there with you guys. But I don't know what Buzz has. The doctors don't even know what he has. Unspecified virus.
When I heard it was a mystery illness, that's when I decided, no, I am going to stay where
I'm going to keep myself out of the situation.
Way to leave a buddy in the trenches. I mean,
you just said you were going to go after to his house anyway.
I don't care. I'm probably immune to whatever.
Yeah, you guys probably are immune to whatever you share with each other.
Shut up.
I'll never forget in late January when I was in the studio with the two of them, and then Nico comes down with COVID. And sure enough, like 5 days later, before we're going to the Radio Row, bingo, I tested positive. And I'm like, thank you, Nico. Appreciate that. The gift that keeps on giving. So,
and you did you go on the trip? Or
I did, because I tested negative before I left. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, that was something that happened at the time. And I do know that with the two of you in that room, things spread like wildfire.
I don't know. You see, that is some kind of insinuation. I don't even know what it's supposed to mean.
That is a salacious lie, sir.
Yeah.
Poor polar bear.
You think that is fiction? Really?
Well, to rope me into it.
I don't know, man. I mean,
they're in there touching skin to skin.
Hey,
no, we're not.
Steve, I want to talk about, there are a few sports items. We got Dallas Cowboys football back on the air on Saturday, so I want to talk about that. But Steve, let's talk about because it's only 30 minutes away from the dining deal for today.
That's right. Clicks Billiards, folks. I'm excited about this. I was telling everybody.
Can you use the $50 to play pool?
Anything. Anything you want, it clicks. There are no exceptions. So yes, you can use it to shoot some stick. You can, and by the way, have you guys heard about Alberto's strategy when he plays pool?
No.
You haven't heard about this?
I don't know. Chew on the cue so nobody else can use it.
That would be a really good idea, and probably he would be able to keep the cue that way. But no, Alberto, tell Buzz and Nico exactly what you do when you play and the reaction that it has.
So my strategies so obviously you do have some sort of aim to your shot, but I hit it harder than usual so that the ball, if it doesn't hit its original target, will just kind of bounce around in there, and eventually we'll find a hole and people lose their minds.
Eventually finding a hole. Sounds like a whole philosophy.
Wait,
for
do you just hit it as hard as you can?
Not as hard as you can. You see, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I say you hit it harder than probably you need to, so that if it misses its intended target, you still have some back spin, everything.
So Buzz, my favorite part about that entire answer was the fact that as he ended it, he said, and people lose their minds. So I'm wondering, is he one of those people that when he plays gets a crowd around him? Because again, if he hits the ball a certain way and it does what he says it does, then it sounds like he'll attract a little attention. Maybe we need to take him out to clicks.
So I played pool before, but never seriously. If you just hit it and the ball that you didn't intend to go in, even if it's your own ball, that doesn't count,
it's
right?
It's a slop. Yeah, it's slop.
So he plays slop rules, is what he's trying to tell you. He doesn't normally play where you have
to. It sounds
like. Seriously. wait. So Alberto, are you saying you're good at pool?
Yeah, I consider myself above average at pool.
Oh.
I'm right there. Cut above the rest, I want to say.
But
it sounds like you're using what I call the border patrol method of billiards. Do you know what that is?
No, inform me.
The harder you hit it, the more English you get out of them.
Okay.
Pretty much, though.
Okay. That's not even going to make sense to people who don't know in pool that you call spin English.
That's pretty common knowledge, right?
I knew that. I got that. Put a little English on it.
But I was asking Alberto. I said, but normally when you play pool, you do call your pockets. Like that is the idea. You'll and if it goes into a different pocket that you didn't call, it doesn't count. So, but apparently Alberto doesn't play that way. He plays where he just hit the ball and wherever it goes, it goes.
Well, most of the pool tables that are coin operated, they're not coin operated at Clicks, right?
No.
They're, like you rent the table.
You rent the table.
But if the one that's coin operated, whether it went in the right hole or not, you can't get it out until you put more quarters in.
And by the way, can we stop calling it the hole? It's a pocket. It's billiards. They go into pockets. You don't say corner hole. You say it's going into the corner pocket.
Go into the hole, ball.
This is not golf.
Go back to your home, ball.
Anyway, $50 it clicks. You can use it for food. You can use it for beverages. You can use it to play pool.
Is there a limit of one or two? On
I
how
believe
many you
we're
can get?
talking two.
Oh, you can get two.
Yeah.
$50 certificates. You pay only $25 per certificate. It's half price.
Steve, I was emailing the bosses because I love Clicks very much. It's right next to the comedy club.
Yes.
And for years, since I've started, just going to Clicks was the meeting place for everybody. And even after the shows, all the comics would come over to Clicks. Like a lot of comics will tell you that they have really fond memories of Clicks, whether it's Carlos Mencia or whoever. So I emailed like Ray and whoever. You're not the AE for this, right?
No, this is Ray.
Yeah. So I was like, is there an endorsement deal in this? Because I'm there a lot. Anyways.
Well, we need to talk to Ray and get that together. Maybe you can work that out. That might be a very good way to keep Clicks in mind after today.
Here's the thing, Steve. I was there so often. It was like Cheers. Like
they would yell Nico.
I was Norm.
Nico!
Yeah, I was Norm. There was a row of barflies because they used to open at 11.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you could get there at like 11:30 and start drinking
all day.
Wow. Write some jokes, and then the whole bar, like normal barflies, were there.
Now, would you ever go to play pool, or would you just go to hang out and drink?
No, if you worked for the comic strip, you got free pool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good gig.
But then
I like that.
all the Clicks people got free shows at the comic strip.
Oh, so it's a nice little trade-off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a nice trade.
Let me tell you a little bit about the Clicks Billiards experience. For 40 years, Clicks has offered a full sports bar experience with delicious food, fun pub games, multiple TVs. So if you're watching, sports, you got a lot of TVs to choose from. Serving the amateur or serious player. Enjoy the game while watching your favorite sports. Your $50 card is today's dining deal can be used for anything Clicks offers.
So they have pool, they have darts, and then they have poker. Poker's not every day. There's a schedule to the poker.
And so they actually have poker games?
They actually have poker games,
that's cool.
and poker tournaments.
Wow, very nice.
Poker in the rear?
Liquor in the back.
Yeah. Okay. No liquor in the front.
Poker in the back. Come on.
All right.
Go to KLAQ.com and you can find dining deals on the must-read bar, or if you're using your KLAQ mobile app, we got a dining deals button on the mobile app as well. Steve,
that liquor and poker didn't even phase Joanne.
Oh, no. Not even.
Nothing. It acted like it wasn't even there. No.
So, Steve, I'm reading the Times every day, and they're following the minors training camp, get ready for the season. It's not that far off now. And it's all about the quarterback battle. So one of the quarterbacks, and they're neck and neck, according to Scotty Walden. He doesn't know who's going to be the starter, but one of the quarterbacks is your intern, right?
Yes, Cade McConnell. That's right.
So I guess you're kind of going for him, or is that fair?
Oh, it's 100% fair.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm as biased as it gets. I want to see Cade take over for a lot of reasons. Number one, we know him better, and he's been terrific as he's worked with us. But the other part is, I watched him for 6 games last year, and I feel like as somebody who was able to win a couple of road games for the Miners, which was otherwise a terrible season, you give the person with that experience the first crack at trying to run the new offense.
I was reading one quote from Scotty Walden. He said some days he thinks it's Cade, sometimes he thinks it's, what's the other guy's name?
Skyler.
Sometimes Kyler, sometimes Cade. It's just back and forth.
That is a great way to keep
the battle going. I mean, think about that. If you're the head coach, you want them to fight until the end. You don't want to decide now who the new head coach is, or the new quarterback is going to be. So yes, basically put together something that says, you know what, there's it's so even I can't decide yet. That's a great way to do it.
How far away are we from the season opener? And is the season opener in Nebraska?
It is. It's in Lincoln. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Buzz. Gosh. 2 weeks from tomorrow, season opener. We'll have it for you on 95.5 KLAQ. First 3 games will actually be on 95.5 KLAQ. And we didn't mention this on the show, but 2 days ago, on Wednesday, UTEP officially announced that Town Square Media has extended their radio broadcast agreement for the next 5 years.
Hey!
Happy about that. We will be the home of UTEP sports, football, men's basketball for 5 more years. So 5 more years, everybody.
5 more years.
5 more years.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
I heard that there was some hysterical story you told this week. I don't think we've heard it yet, about your son Joel.
And his walk-up
music, yes.
Did you already tell Buzz and Joanna this?
This was not on air.
Not heard
this was
it.
simply off air. This was not an on-air discussion.
Oh, is it for on air or not?
Not really.
Okay, never mind.
Because Kevin sent us an email that said, make sure you ask Steve about his son's walk-up music.
Kevin has to understand that sometimes I cannot repeat on air what was meant. Long story short, he found a rap video on YouTube, wanted it to be his baseball walk-up song.
Was it 10-year-olds have walk-up music now?
First off, he's 12, and he's playing in a 14U fall league. And
was it WAP?
It was WAP. Yes, it was.
No. See, no chance.
No. He found a certain rap song, and apparently my wife had decided to transcribe the song. And about a minute and a half into it, she sent me a screenshot of the lyrics. And we had to have a talk that night. We had to have a serious conversation.
Can you just tell us the name of the song and the artist?
Oh, I forget.
Okay.
It's I'll show you the screenshot. I mean,
please.
Yeah, they said some things in that song that just
inappropriate for even 14.
Well, you let him see Deadpool once, and now all bets are off.
It's all going off the rails now, Steve.
Let me just say that his answer to me was, Dad, I had no idea that this song was, that even said this. I didn't listen to the lyrics. I just liked the beat.
Dad, I had no idea Cop Killer by Ice-T would be an inappropriate walk-up song.
No. And here's the crazy thing, okay? So check this out. I went ahead and I changed his YouTube settings to restricted. Okay? And yet, even though the YouTube was in restricted, the song still came up and played because it has an E rating for everyone, even though it drops.
E stands for explicit, dude. Not everyone.
Well, no, I don't think so. Because if E stood for explicit, then the restricted rating would knock it out.
Was
but
it
did knock it out.
Spotify?
He just said it's YouTube.
It's YouTube.
Because the E means
Pay
explicit on Spotify. So
yes, it was a song from a group called Big. I think the song is named Big Dogs from Hanumankind. No, wait, Hanumankind and what the heck was the other? And something else.
God, I must be so old.
And call me.
And call me. There you go.
Let's
And in
see
the
these lyrics.
I would love to repeat it on the air, but I can't.
do all the kids get walk-up music?
Yeah, they
and
all
what
do.
What does your mom and dad have to bring, like a boombox or something?
The team has a boombox.
Wow.
And you'll like this, but you already know one of our former employees, Ray May, his daughter Nicole handles the walk-up music, so she's got everything rolling on an iPhone and has it all ready to go.
Walk up.
Oh, and I think Joanna just found the lyrics.
I found the lyrics.
Walk up music is weird. Like, you know that they ask comics all the time what they want our walk up music to be.
Yeah.
What do you pick?
And what do you pick?
Freak.
It's the final countdown.
No, Freak-a-Leak by P.D. Pablo.
God, that's your favorite song.
Freak-a-Leak?
Sing it for us. Sing a little piece for us.
Shaniqua. Good boy. Tanya.
Hey, one other note. In about 15 minutes, a little over 15 minutes, dining deal for Clicks Billiards on Airway is a $50
I think
certificate.
I might be getting one of those.
You get them for only $25, and you can get up to 2 starting at 10 o'clock this morning. As far as the El Paso Chihuahuas go, games tonight, tomorrow. Don't forget there's a big fireworks display on Saturday.
And One Hit Wonders is the theme.
One Hit Wonders.
And by the way, this is the final week of Andy, the on-field MC. Who is leaving the club after 10 plus years.
Wait, so you're saying that position is going to be open?
It is open.
It's closed now.
Oh,
no,
it's
we don't
closed
know
now?
that for sure. It has not officially been closed.
Oh my
Will you
God.
find out if they're going to audition people?
Please
Oh,
find
yes.
out.
I will talk. Would you like to be the on-field MC?
That looks like a
Nico?
dream
It
job.
looks so fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God.
All right. I will inquire.
put in
Although I don't know how to feel the shoes that Andy had because he was great.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, seriously.
He's moving to Pittsburgh. He's taking a job to be closer to his fiancée, who's working for the Steelers. So congratulations to Andy, and we wish him nothing but the best. One of our
A
favorites.
quick reminder, Bark at the Park is Sunday.
That's
so you
right.
can bring your furry friends. They don't have to be Chihuahuas, of course, as
by
the
way-
Chihuahuas take on the Reno. They are the Arizona Diamondbacks
Reno
affiliate.
Aces.
Reno Aces.
And
yeah.
tonight is duffel bag night. So if you get there early and get there about 5:30 when gates open, the first 1,500 fans will receive a black and red Chihuahuas duffel bag. I've seen it. It's nice. It's sharp. And it's going to be given away tonight before the first pitch.
Thanks, Cappy.
All right, guys.
Quick break. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show is on the way right after this.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. Oh, with Double G. Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 on 95.5 KLAQ. Live LAQ Studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys. Yeah. Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy football.
This Saturday, the Dallas Cowboys are in Las Vegas. It's their second preseason game taking on the Raiders. Two preseason games. They've both been on the road. And KLAQ is the broadcast home for Dallas Cowboys football on the radio. We start with the pregame show at 7 tomorrow. Regular season gets underway Sunday, September 8th. Cowboys are going to be on the road for that one at Cleveland. Dallas Cowboys football on the Q is brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys, 915 Tours, and Border City Ale House, the home of the 600 ESPN El Paso Monday Night Football watch parties. So, second preseason game is tomorrow. There will be no Loudwire weekends tomorrow night because of the Cowboys broadcast on KLAQ. So, Nico, Andy Imfield is, since the Chihuahuas first came to El Paso, has been the on-field announcer and plays the games
Yeah,
and
he's
the
great.
Dizzy Bat Race and everything. Is that a job you would really...
Oh, yeah. I'd love
you'd
that
like to
job.
have that? When would you show up? Like the 5th, 6th inning? Something like that?
Got him.
Not funny. Because you stole that joke.
From Derek Terry.
You
I did.
see,
I did.
I respect the joke. That's a great joke.
I
But Buzz-
respect the joke,
Buzz-
and I want every...
Buzz stole that joke.
From who?
From Derek?
Oh, the funniest person who emails
Derek
us.
is so funny.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not giving you credit for that.
Derek, a great joke.
You get credit for
Buzz,
that
a
joke.
good delivery.
right. You know, Elvis didn't write all of his own songs either.
Right,
So.
We see how well that worked out for him.
Speaking of Elvis, did you know that today is the date that Elvis died?
When they found him on the toilet.
The day the music died.
Well, he wasn't on. He was like laying in front of the toilet with his pants around his
we
ankles.
could
So.
assume that he died on the toilet and then
I thought he had a
keeled
chicken.
over.
Yeah, and a chicken bone stuck in his neck.
I thought it was a
no.
ham sandwich.
Or
You guys, you're confused.
I thought it was a peanut butter and banana.
It's been 47 years. I remember it because it came on the radio and my mom pulled the car over.
Wow.
I didn't even know my mom was a big
Really?
Elvis fan. But, I mean, she did break down crying, but she did pull over the car because we were driving at the time.
Mac, I need to process this. I need to process it.
King is dead. Elvis was only 42 years of age. Did everybody here see the Elvis movie
No.
with Austin
yeah.
Butler? It's that damn Colonel Parker. Right?
Yeah.
That's whose fault it was.
It's that
think so.
damn
Colonel-
Tom Hanks.
Colonel Parker had a gambling addiction and he ran up these big debts at a Vegas casino. And the only way to keep getting credit at the casino was to keep Elvis performing no matter what. So they were just giving him uppers and downers and poppers and quaaludes.
Also, you know how managers are just supposed to get like
Bennies
15%? I think
he was taking something like 85%.
80%, yeah.
Elvis's notorious doctor, the pill prescribing Dr. Nick, claimed that the true cause of the king's death was constipation. Here's another fact about it. At his time of death, Elvis Presley's colon was twice its normal size due to a buildup of, and I'm just going to quote from the medical examiner's report, white fecal matter.
Oh, gross. Hey, I've got the new Scrabble words that were just added to the dictionary. Do you want to hear them?
We do not have time because I have to play a song in honor of Elvis.
Okay.
Elvis was so famous that he showed up at the White House unannounced and they let him meet the president.
Nixon at the time, right?
And at the Nixon Library in Loma Linda, California, the best-selling item in the souvenir shop has been the picture of Elvis and Richard Nixon together in the White House. Elvis brought, just to let you know, Elvis brought like a pearl-handled golden revolver or a handgun
and gave it to
that he wanted to gift.
Yeah, but
President
how many
Nixon.
people can bring a gun to the White House?
Also, Elvis wanted to be made an agent of the DEA because he was really tired of the hippies and wanted to bring down all those godless communist hippies. Meantime, he was taking like every drug imaginable. So that's what the basis of this song is. Elvis, 47 years gone, the king.
Who's that coming through the park? Dressed in rhinestones after dark. Looking way too fat to be a cop. Keeping Memphis clean from his long black limousine. Fighting crime with fast karate chops. Oh, now Elvis was an art in rhinestones after dark. He did his best to keep Memphis drug free. He knew every pill he'd eat would be one less on the street. Elvis took them all for you and me.
I still can't believe that the king would have OD'd. He couldn't have done the drugs they say he did. And even though he's DOA, I still hear people say that he's got them all out at Graceland somewhere hid.
Elvis was an arc in rhinestones after dark. He did his best to keep Memphis drug free. He knew every pill he'd eat would be one less on the street. Elvis took them all for you and me.
Well, that's it. Show's over. What? We just started.
Yeah, well, the show's over.
That's the end.
That's not the end.
Why, yes, it is.
Right. That's the end.
And that's the end. That's the end?
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Now, strap in for El Paso's best rock on 95.5 KLAQ.
Little hand says it's time to rock and roll.